Hello. Sorry, I'm a bit late, but we should be good now. Today, I am doing a tournament. A ladder tournament. Exclamation mark start. And it's going. Here we go. And I currently don't have an opponent. Did I get buy round? There it is. And we're up against B6. Oh crap, I forgot to set my faction. Cathay. Alright. Yo. Alright, here we go. It's time. How exciting. I hope you guys are doing well. I have a fun Cathay build today. It's gonna be some sick magic shenanigans. Alright. Here we go. Storm Dragon healing. I think that'd be fun. You're thinking like you take Miao Ying with some crazy spell amp? Because that's what we're doing today. If you go Miao Ying, you can get insane-o spell amp. So you can just Earth Blood spam healing like no one's business, and you get the Storm of Shadows. It's kind of sick, actually. It's kind of insane. Yeah, maybe. Finished binging a VOD and then the stream starts immediately? Hell yeah. Yeah, today's gonna be a good day. Every Cathay day is a good day. They're just a really fun faction. I just wish they had more cavalry options. Taking a maximum of 4 Jade Lance is kind of rough. Excited to watch it break the meta today? Yeah, it's gonna be hype. It's mega spell amp day. Let's play versus... Do I want to play versus Norska? Am I insane? Norska does not have artillery. I gotta try. I'm gonna play versus Norska. Now, obviously, Cathay versus Norska kind of spice, right? It's a little spicy. You might be like, what are you doing? Are you trying to get run over by the Norskans? And the answer is yes. Yes, we're stress testing the build proper today. Spells that can be dodged. Yeah, I'll just bring spells that can't be dodged. Easy peasy. Yo, honestly, Miao Ying's kind of hype, but I should start with Zhao. He's in the thumbnail, right? If we're playing versus Norska, they don't have a ton of super armor stuff. Plague of Rust, Dragon's Breath, Final Transmutation is insane on Zhao. Have you tested this one yet? No, this is my first time stress testing it. I'm sure it'll go fine. Nian Gao. Yo, man, Miao Ying hasn't been in the meta since double terracotta was useful on launch. That's how dated things are being. That's kind of absurd. All right, wow, I really don't have an army, do I? Interesting. All right, it's fine. I don't need an army. I don't need an army. I'll summon them in, they'll be okay. What's the speed on these guys? Man, alright, this is gonna be a little sketchy. I'm not realizing how expensive this initial loadout is. You start with 9,000 gold, 6,000 of it is going into single entities at the very start. Is that a smart idea or a terrible one? We will see. Mega box? Not quite. Let's see here. What else do I want? You obviously want Lancers. You want Crowmen. infantry wise though. So like the Dreadmaw is super annoying. Just pop in and out 24/7. Snipe your poor lads. But I think we can beat it up. Especially with Zhao nearby. Surely it shall not be a problem. Do I even need ranged? Do I even need a ranged unit at all? Probably. I should probably have at least a little bit of ranged. Then again, what if I just melee Cathay it? Like a true, proper Cathay faction. Okay, I guess to kill horsemen, right? I need something that can actually shoot back the Marauder horsemen. So I guess I'll take like one of these maybe. I feel like Crane Gunners will die to the Dreadmaw super hard. Maybe not the best idea. All right, sure, let's do this. This might fail miserably, but I think it could be fun. Jade Lion to silence the Dreadmaw? Are you insane? Oh my god, wait, is that actually strat? Does it silence? Does it even have a proper silence? All my single entities are spent though. So I don't know if I can even take it. Where'd B6 go? It'd B6. Would Skin Wolves be dangerous against your heroes and Lord? Nah, Skin Wolves are pretty chumpy. They're pretty chumpy. So B6 has disappeared, and they're back. There they are. They're on Norska. Bye. Oh man, this is actually a wild build. This build kind of crazy. Okay, no, I definitely need more Jade Lancers. Do I need a lot of Crowmen though, if I'm playing versus Norska? I guess he could have Chimeras. I can counter Chimeras though. Funnily enough, Cathay actually has some pretty wild things that they can bring against them. So maybe it's not a problem. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh jeez, this build. The absolute silliness of this build right here. It feels like I'm just gonna get rolled, but the potential though is super high. Like it feels like there's so many possibilities. What do I want? Do I kill a Chimera? Do I take Wind Blast? Maybe. Maybe. Let's see. Yeah, I might actually upgrade these Astromancers. Because they have Roiling Skies. You can use that to win fights against Chimeras. It's sick. Or maybe I just take this. Oh my god, this is so... This is wild. Alright, here we go. Just face me. I think there's a good chance that he just absolutely ravages me, but we'll see. I might need to tone it down a bit, but we'll see, we'll see. Oh boy. Shame we don't see any of the 3 monstrous creatures from the DLC much. Which ones? There's the Sea Elemental, Chimera, Dreadmaw. Surely I'm missing one. The Praeton. The Praeton? Hell yeah. Don't tone it down, go all in. Great thing about this format is you can rapid fire games. Alright, here we go. How's the leaderboard filling up? Seems pretty nice. People are in their matches. It's all perfect. Edens. Oh, there you go, Edens. Honestly, most of the monsters don't see that much play, though. spray tin doesn't exist. All right, here we go. This is so dumb. What is this? What is this build? Ready? Good luck, have fun. All right, hear me out. Hear me out. So, I got infantry. They're just gonna be a little slow. But the idea is, I got these two guys. Insano fighters. It wasn't a screen blocker. Yeah, no. This is it. This is everything. It's a full spellcast build. Yeah, we're gonna have 60% intensity. Everything here improves spellcasting. And I rapidly need to summon in any amount of infantry. Now my opponent, he's gone for some skin wolf action, alright. And he has some marauders, some Norskan ice trolls, alright. So let's get our ITP going. And then immediately, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start harassing him with Zhao and the two Astromancers. You can see my damage is amped like crazy. My Winds of Magic power recharge is equally insane. And all going well, I should be able to just jump his face. I don't know if he's expecting this. It's hard to expect it unless you're like watching the stream. Interesting. So he has some throwing axes over there. I don't think I fear throwing axes though. I think I can just dodge him. Alley-oop. And that's a pretty decent dodge too. We're just gonna go over here. We're gonna follow him. And then as soon as this guy can move again, he should be able to dodge the axe throwers. The damage is high. Damage is actually very high. Love to see it. We're gonna go here. Zhao is gonna move in. And overall, we're pretty decent damage. We don't got no chimeras or anything. And then I'm just going to start building up my death force. That's the goal. And then we're gonna use Zhao in the blob to give Omega Harmony bonuses. And then he will die. The end. The end. That's it. Do I want to commit Zhao here though? Maybe not. Maybe not. Run, Zhao. Transform. It's okay. I have my my halberds here. Zhao will be fine. He's just going to transform here. We're gonna send these guys in, and then he's gonna be forced to back it up. I accidentally summoned the wrong unit type. That's my B. And then we're gonna do this. So overcast final transmutation at 60% spell amp. Wolfric is a dead man. Wolfric is uber dead. That's just 1,000,000 damage right on the face. So you can see B6 not very comfortable about that. That actually takes Wolfric down to half HP. Give me 1 minute, the guy is dead. My Jade Warrior Halberds have 51 melee defense. Nothing will kill them. Is that not hilarious? Give me those marauders. Give me those filthy marauders. Yeah, berserkers actually are not that scary here because of the rather ludicrous melee defense values. I could, yeah, I think I want to just save up for one big old final transmutation to the face. But yeah, the idea here is that I just have the spiciest Jade Warriors you've ever seen. And then using them, victory shall be ours. There's another great vortex. He does not expect another giant final transmutation to arrive, by the way. Goodbye, Wolfric. Alright, so Wolfric's dead now. He's a dead man walking. There's literally nothing that can be done to save this man's face. So knowing that he's dead, we are definitely going to get a leadership route. So that's, I guess that's pretty good. We're going to charge in with the Crowman. We're going to give these guys some Maws of Savagery here. A little bit of a bullying action. That should do really well. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Holy crap, they're running. The power of Cathay and Ingenuity. What do we just start the day? I'm so tired, man. I'm actually real tired, but yeah, I guess the build just works. I just magic dumped poor Wolfric into oblivion. These berserkers, I don't like them. That's a good amount of damage, so I'd say that's a fairly high amount of damage. That'll do. That'll do. All right. And then we're just gonna bully the ice wolves over here. We got a few trolls. They're not really an issue. I think if I just thunderbolt them, that'll get them killed. And these guys just have to retreat. Now, despite everything, the match is not actually over yet. I still have to like actually clear this army. But it's also definitely not a terrible fate for us. I think we actually have a lot going for us here. That's just a little Searing Doom, not a big issue. Searing Doom just doesn't really do that much damage, really. He's gonna go for the War Drum Snipe. He might get it, but at what cost? Oh, there we go. Gets the War Drum, sadly. But I think we're still okay. He does capture the point, though, which makes life a little bit more sus. We'll have to work towards the recapture. I am also rapidly running out of magic, so that's a little annoying. Oh no, come on, not like this. Oh crap, I got charged by some doggos, by some ice wolves. That's not good. How's Zhao doing? I might want to transform Zhao, but the harmony bonuses are really nice. Although I did just lose the harmony bonuses. I definitely got to get my Crowmen in here. Come on, hold! Men of Cathay, hold! Alright, there we go. I'm just gonna try and re-get this point. Come on, not like this. Not after the sick Wolfric Snipe. Okay, nice. We've got a couple of those guys. Just gonna try another Searing Doom on me. Not gonna work out too well, thankfully. No! Dude, if I didn't summon crossbows, I'm kind of not on my A game today. I was a little ill. I still think we can probably squeeze something spicy, though. Give me a second. Come on! And okay, there you go. There's like, it's gonna kill some marauders. He doesn't have Wolfric yet, back yet either, so that's going to be a little comfortable for us. The big problem is that we have a lot of skin wolves still around. They don't know what the best way to deal with them is. Come on, pull back. Oh man, dude, losing that point was actually real bad for me. That was real bad, and I don't have no harmony. I also don't have any units. No, not like this. It's all falling apart. It's okay. I still have my SEs. They'll be really good. We're gonna use them to maybe bully some trolls and whatnot. I'm gonna go over here, just dodge that barrage real quick. It's actually gonna friendly fire him pretty bad. Okay, and I am finally starting to recapture the point, thank goodness. Though it's gonna be real slow because it's only just the one cav unit. So, we're probably dead. Probably dead. Very surprised if not dead. But we'll see. It's one thing I can do. It's scrap it out. Get the infantry over here. Sadly for me, the map is kind of massive. There's not a whole lot we can really do about that part. Oh boy, I'm not capturing this point anytime soon, am I? I don't think so. I'm gonna need to capture it soon. I think if I just started with a few more units of infantry, though, I think it honestly is gonna put him in a pretty tricky situation if we do things correctly. But yeah, the final transmutation for the blob, yeah, I think that's just chucking it as like as a spirit leech is not worth, right? You don't want to just chuck it out as kind of just like a vanilla spirit leech. This build, I think it takes some learning, but I think we'll actually get there with a little bit of mastery. I think the Miao Ying actually is kind of an insane strat with the Astromancers. And we'll definitely try that. We obviously lose out on the final transmutation, but Yeah, I wanted to try just like a mega harmony blob. I think I just have to summon these guys in. Also, I lost the Wujing War Compass a little too fast. He sadly managed to snipe it with his horsemen. So just a little bit more infantry support, and then just sit in the mega grind, and then I think we probably have a build at that point. This game's over though. I should reset. GG. Dang it. All right, we're gonna look for our next opponent. There we go. It's close though. It's close. GG. Well played. All right. I just got to lock in. It's a early morning, guys. It's almost there though. All right, let's cook. Not fully sold on the war drum. Yeah, so it's not worth if it's not supporting a ton of infantry. So what I think I should be doing actually. So the Dragon's Breath and all that is cool, but like, what I'm thinking is, what if we go Miao Ying? Also, these guys, so the idea is, they have the Silk Robe, which is also a melee defense buff. So what if I just make an unkillable infantry, like, box? This is just a constant -8 melee attack? Okay, wait, hold up. Okay, hear me out, hear me out. You go Miao Ying. You take Earthblood. It's spell amped. So these guys are basically Grail Reliques, if you think about it, right? Because they have the melee defense. What are those items? Yeah, look at this. So +5 melee defense, -8 melee attack, +8 melee defense from Harmony. I think we can actually cook something. Plus the War Drum buff. I just want like a really tightly knit box that is just not going to die to anything. But yeah, okay, obviously these guys are a little too expensive. It is kind of funny how quickly we can melt Horse Lords, though. Let's see. Yeah, I wanted air superiority, which is why I had Roiling Skies, but we just started spending too much money on everything. I think the way to do it is you take the Alchemist, right? So she's the final transmutation and that little bit of extra spell amplification. You have one of these guys on a Moonbird, so he's giving the Silk Robe buff. But you know, what if you just don't put him on a Moonbird? So you have, oh my gosh, you can get insane Flesh to Stone. Not a lot of cat weight. So here's the thing. I think if you just start with the infantry and just Mega Man-Tide max, you can just make like a really tight formation with these guys with the Celestial Crossbows. Everyone's getting just absurd levels of buffery. And then if your front line never breaks, then your crossbows kill everything. Does that work? Oh, man, I really wish there was a way to keep my crossbows alive. I guess Earthblood is not terrible, though. Moonbirds are the things you heal. Okay, yeah, I guess, like, you're probably not wanting to spam heals on infantry, but maybe. It's close. I feel like it's close. The alternative is you go for the Blood Dragon Lord, and then you go Jade Shield. 70% spell resist, or 7% damage resist. I think if you do that, you can absolutely crush phase. Yeah, I have Final Transmutation. So Final Transmutation is definitely worth it. And you definitely want this. You definitely want the Celestial Silk Robe. You have the War Compass for just a little bit of extra damage. It has 4 spells in total. If you actually use them all, that should be fine. You have your Magic Regen. And these guys are just little batteries. You can cut this stuff. Take Jade Amulet. So that way you can just spam these spells all the time. And then you still have the final transmutation for when the big fight actually happens. This lady can technically even be on foot as a cost-saving measure. But the idea being, if you can just keep your one ultra expensive range unit alive, I think you got it. Is the meta still intact? No. We're in the process of overthrowing it. This build just needs a little bit more. It just needs a little bit more to cook. Oh, this guy's my opponent. They didn't even message me, but they joined my lobby. I'm Grand Cathay. Yeah, peasant spears don't have capture weight. I think I want to just spam armored infantry. So you pick 3 now. Unless you have a faction. Alright, and what's the map? The Changer's Madhouse. Okay. Changer's Madhouse. So we're going to do this. Oh, another really big map, though. That does make life a little harder for us when it comes to capture weight. So I think just so that we don't get kited, I can do that. We can get, yeah, just like a chevron over there, and then we should be good. Okay, and they're playing ogres. Okay, that's not too bad. Ogres are kind of weird, though, because they got lead belchers. So infantry man-tide is, like, not super great versus them. You know what? Okay. I feel like this is like the perfect time to go like the Miao Ying like ultra heal squad though. Or what if I do this? Ooh, okay, wait, this is kind of hype. This is kind of hype. Yeah, if I'm playing ogres, I'll have to change it up a smidge, but I think this is actually potentially amazing. Okay, so I have that. Spell selection is strong, I'd say. Okay, the build's looking good. No amount of Noblars will be able to punish this. I still have final transmutation. I have all the magic replenishment in the world. Very nice. And then I'm going to go ahead and let's see if we're up against ogres. I do need something to actually hunt down lead belchers, so having a little bit of cavalry for that is absolutely important. I should be secure versus a rush. I don't think that's an issue. And then what? It's gonna be weird. Yeah, absolutely. What's like a nice finishing touch to bully the ogres? I could just have like more infantry and just swarm them, but I think the map just doesn't lend itself to that. I think we do want like a little bit of mobility. Yeah, it's a little bit of mobility. I'll have some leftover range units because it's still definitely good to have on hand, but okay, this should be good. It's true, yeah, lead belchers don't do well versus cannon factions. I think this will be good. Why are bull centaurs so expensive? Ask CA. Campaign strategies, yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be hype though. I think the lobby's bugged. Are we getting insane amounts of lag right now? I'm getting big lag. Stream's not lagging, right? I've noticed like connecting with some people, it like lags like crazy. But let's just let it try to connect. Okay, there we go, we're good. All right, here we go. You know, honestly, a Zhao Ming like mega dive bomb strat though into final transmutation, I think that could work out super well. Like extreme SE cheese. Although without healing, SE spam is never gonna be as perfect as I want. But let's try this out. Let's bring it to 1-1. The goal is to try and win our next 3 matches to improve our MMR. Yeah, sometimes you can do some VPN shenanigans, but it's a little weird. Hey, death apparatus, hello. It doesn't always work. I did try it before, but I'm sure it sometimes works. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to have to win some games, and quickly, if we want to make it to top 4. Fingers crossed. A bunch of people have already completed some matches. Terrifying. And I only have an hour and 25 minutes left. Clock's ticking. You like the map? This map's vibe? Yeah, it's nice. This looks a little janky though, but it's nice. You got like a little glacier thing. Zinch glacier shenanigan. Alright, here we go. So this is exactly what I was talking about, right? So just have basically a mega box. If Yuan Bow is in the middle of the box, everybody gets insanely buffed. Alright, ready, good luck, have fun. And then, yeah, and then we're good. And then victory is ours. So we just chill here. Now, I don't have any cannons, but I do have some crane gunners, if they do bring out some lead belchers. And the idea is that Yuan Bow with Shem's Burning Gaze, super amped, can just kill everything. Point 1 is going to be so secure. Yeah, it's getting to point 2 that's a little more difficult. But I have 2 more units of infantry. We got some cavalry. It's going to be sketchy for sure, but yeah. Oh boy. You can tell it's lagging a bit because these particles aren't moving. Oh, that's some really bad lag. Maybe you want to host? Come on. I don't know what it is, but recently, like, the peer-to-peer connection has been somehow worse than usual. What's the strat? Omega spell amp and infantry that are gonna have like 51 melee defense. Oh, maybe it's working. Okay, yeah. They said they're gonna host, so there you go. All right.
Unending glory is yours.
In replays, it looks people look like micro gods. You'd be surprised. People still find a way to complain about how lag is screwing over their micro, which is understandable on some fronts because the game is genuinely very laggy. But and weird. But it is very funny when there's lag and someone's like, my micro. The actual thing that's happening though is it does affect it affects like how spellcasting works. So like if you left click on a location and it's lagging, if you move your mouse, it will cast where your mouse is now after the lag has kind of finished buffering. It's real jank. Very jank. Alright, here we go. So my opponent's gonna host now. And that should fix everything. They have 1 lead belcher in reserve, 1 lead belcher in the main army. So as long as I can kill those guys, we're good. If I can somehow get some line of sight and shems his lord to death, we're fine. Fingers crossed. There's only 2 lead belchers though and 1 man-eater pistol. And I feel like we can make some really good use of our spell amped Jade Shield. So Jade Shield, when it's amplified, can get you 70% damage resist. On top of missile resist on single entities, that means you can get a solid 85% resistance to ranged fire. All ranged fire, magic damage or not. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty hype. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. We'll have to see. Like, obviously that's really good for Crowman. But having a significantly smaller army is definitely a little rough. Ugh, what is this connection, bro? Dude. Alright, I think it might be barely playable, but we'll have to see. Yo, this is terrible though. Yo, CA! Unless it's me, but the streaming connection is fine. It's really weird because, when I, you know, if I'm on a Discord call with someone, and the Discord call can be perfect, but the battle for Warhammer can be hot garbage. But yeah, the Jade Shield on Crowman I think could be a really fun strategy. I will definitely be looking into that. You can spam it out a ton too. Imagine 40k launches without dedicated PvP servers. Yo, Turin has brought it up a few times. The funny thing where they hosted like this big multiplayer event to show off campaign. Like a big multiplayer campaign, and people were just constantly crashing. Embarrassing. All right, we're in the. Where's the connection coming from? I don't know. I'm pretty sure, like, America's trying to connect to Europe is like really laggy, right? Laggy lately. I don't know. Oh, geez, this is terrible. This is terrible. Lag.
These villains dare stand against us.
But I know it's definitely
Let us show them their hubris.
it can be a thing where it's just like a specific thing between two people's connection and not just like the person's internet. Very annoying. Yeah, this is rough. Oh boy, this is real bad. This is super bad. I wonder if it'll go faster if you go in slow-mo. Ah, yeah, there it is. Here we go.
Master of meteor winds.
I think there's a way to I think I have a bot command to cancel the match, and then maybe my opponent can find someone else to face, but that means that we don't get to play as many games. Let's see here. Pause, start, randomize players. Let's see. Did I add a command to cancel games? I could have sworn I did. Loss, win, set faction, ready. Okay, I don't think I have that. Well, someone's got to declare a win or loss. Okay, yeah, this is really bad. Oh? Is it slightly better now? Come on, hold! Hold! Oh my goodness. Canadian only tournament when? Yeah, we'll have like we might have more than 4 players if we're lucky. Movement is happening. Alright, here we go. Fastest blob build, yeah. Oh jeez. And we're Okay, and they've withdrawn. Well, you know it's bad when the game takes a long time to get to the end screen. Okay, how do you want to handle? I don't think I have a command to just cancel a match. Let me see. Is owner tournament active background thing? Okay, he says I can take the win. All right. Some very uneventful matches today. I want to try this Shem's burning gaze strat though. Alright, so this is the general idea. This is gist of it. Oh, okay, we have a new player. Okay. Alright. Alright, Fudge 2. Fudge 2. Yo, yo. We have our opponents. And they are playing Empire. Okay, so we're gonna have a nice Empire Cathay game. Hopefully this one is not an Omega lag fest. And we are on Dunes of Cain. Alright. Alright, let's see if I can cook up some crazy spell amperage. 50% win rate. Ah, yeah. A victory for the spell amp build. We crashed his internet. Lag meta is strong. Alright. Alright. If we're playing against Empire, I think we can actually try some fun shenanigans here. Okay, I'm going to try, yeah, I'm going to try something crazy, but I believe if I do this, then I do this, I believe we can absolutely ravage my poor opponents if this is played correctly. So this is actually going to be slightly different from what you may have seen earlier. Yeah, and then I want to take this. Definitely want this. What else do I want? Oh, this one's really hype. Okay. Alright, alright. Yo, guys, this is gonna be sick. This shall be amazing. So, I have all of that. Then, obviously, I want as many of these as I can take. Oh, boy. What is this? What is this build? And then I'll take me some of this ability. I'm playing Empire. Empire is honestly fine. Oh boy, this is gonna be... I think either this is the most amazing thing we will ever see, or it's like the hottest garbage you could possibly imagine. Oh boy. Oh wait. No, I wanted to take these, right? Oh crap, I can't. Whatever, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. Okay, so I do a bunch of this, and then a bunch of those guys. Dude, Jade Warrior Halberds are actually slower than Nurgle. It's crazy. Okay, maybe not slower, but they are actually Nurgle speed. Let's see here. No complaints though. Ooh, okay, I can take this thing. Nice. Hey, Dimmy G, thank you so much for the raid. We're here trying some mad scientist builds. Having some fun today. Okay, alright. I'm ready. Oh boy. I wonder how this will go. Grenadiers. I want to try like some proper gun gameplay, but maybe, you know, if they get fixed, if line of sight and all that gets fixed. I think if range units just performed a little bit better, they would be so fun to use. But all right, here we go. What's up? Here, have a shout out. Slash shout out. Dimmy G. There you go. All right, so here's the idea. I want to rush them. Alright. Ready? Good luck. Have fun. I got my 2 Astromancers. We got Miao Ying. Got a bunch of Peasant Horsemen. And the idea is, if he has a Lord, I can slow them down by an absurd amount with Storm of Shadows. And then just kill him with the 2 Astromancers. Crap. I took Harmonic Convergence. Crap, I want to Wind Blast. Ah, jeez. Alright, it's fine. Brain is not computing well today. But yeah, it's basically just a Cathay rush. Oh man, dude, I cannot think today. It was a real rough morning. But we'll get there. Alright, have at thee, good sir. We got the Miao Yings, so these guys will obviously heal cap. What's the strat now? It's still spell ampering. So we got the Wujing War Compass, I can save that. Fun fact, Harmonic Convergence, the reload skill can get spell amp too. I think at max amp it's plus 36 reload skill. That's, yeah, that can be real funny. When Astromancer has no spells, yeah, he's literally just there to be a moonbird that also buffs my stats. Alright, so we're gonna see a light wizard over here. We're gonna send the Miao Ying out. So, interesting that he's got a net. Interesting. Sunmakerage. Alright. Sunmaker has arrived. So, I should just be able to just blitz some, right? I don't think there's any survive in this. Has an engineer, alright. Honestly, not a big deal. And then do I want more spell amping? You know what? Sure, why not? Although not having Wind Blast is obviously real dumb. Whoa there, buddy. Sunmaker, calm down. Almost barrage my poor dudes. Decides to summon some Free Company militia here. They will die. Okay. And then obviously he has Marcus Wolfheart. Not a problem in the slightest. We're just gonna go over here. Kill off those guys. And then I'm going to start making my way towards Sunmaker. Thankfully for me, my opponent just doesn't really have enough guns here to really properly bully my dudes. Just have to get that kind of corner shot in. He gets the nets, that's okay. As long as we don't take too many hits, I'll be fine. There you go, there's our big old vortex. And now Miao Ying's gonna get in there. So, I want as much of the spell amping as we can possibly get for this to work. Jeez, that vortex is crazy. Alright, so Miao Ying's gonna land. Okay. Sterling's Revenge. Come on. There you go. We'll just get that attack on. Then Miao Ying's going to transform. Whoop. There we go. And then we're gonna beat up Marcus. So I can slow down his speed by 72% so that it becomes impossible for the man to escape. Just gonna murder these guys real quick. And then as soon as Marcus is dead, then I think it's basically over for my opponent. Obviously, this is kind of memey. Hey, is he looking at this? Oh, dang, he saw it. He dodged with one of his spears. Not the other one, though, weirdly enough. But yeah, so this is where we really start cooking, right? Because Miao Ying can give these Omega heals. In theory. And that should keep my guys alive. I don't know. My opponent's kind of goofing, though. I got more spells. All right, we'll just check those out. I'll capture the points and then I guess it's done. I don't know. I kind of goofed up the entire build, but whatever. Win's a win. Okay, that was not like, that was not a crazy. That was not a crazy game. I think that was sloppy on many sides. Have a good stream. Fan of your work. Thank you. I need to check out your channel at some point. But, alright, yeah, that was janky on so many levels. Let's take a look. So, yeah, the Miao Ying healing. So she has to be on foot for the healing to work. She has to be on foot. I don't know if that's a good idea. Though, I do kind of like the idea of just a Mega Death Blob. Alright, well, there you go. There's a win. A proper win this time. These things actually, yeah, they can get a little bit of value. It's just everything else is so expensive, it's really hard to get them in. But, okay, what if I get like a slightly better SE blob, right? So, okay, I think I honestly don't need this. That just makes them so much more expensive. I think if I want a proper blob, you go Blood Dragon Lord. You go Blood Dragon, you get Jade Shield and Dragon's Breath. You got your 2 Astromancers, and then you just Jade Shield them so that they don't die. I think this makes a lot more sense than the Miao Ying business. How long did that match last? Oh, it was super short. Super short. How's that put me up in the standings, though? Okay. I'm higher up in the standings. We're actually in top 4. I just need to win the next few games. We're up against Turtle's Mare. Okay. Turtle's Mare. Yo-yo. And, you know, maybe I can try a Spell Amp Rush, actually. So, let me see. Yeah, so I can... I can take the Jade Lion. I can take the Jade Lion, because it is a Spell Amper. It's Grand Cathay into Greenskins, which I think is fine. Okay, you know what? This is kind of not the worst. And then Whooshing War Compass to round it all out. Okay, so I have an SE Death Blob. This thing, I guess, is just capture weight. But in theory, it should be pretty hard to actually kill all of this. I think the biggest thing that I'm worrying about is how do I kill cavalry? Sea Lord. What's this? Blood Dragon. Dragon Blood. What's this? Dragon Blooded Lord. Oh, my bad. Alright, alright. Alright. So anyways, we're waiting for our opponent. Grand Cathay versus Greenskins. Nice. Alright, let's do this. I want to see if I can basically just Mega Rush some. Infantry shall fall to us. And for cavalry... For cavalry, I could just use a bunch of crowmen and just like Jade Shield them. And maybe that's just enough. Jade Shield is pretty insane, I'm not gonna lie. Let's see, are there any other abilities I can take? Do I even want my Shugingen Lord on a horse? Or on a longbow? Should I put them on a horse instead? I can take Constellation of the Dragon if I feel like really going crazy. Okay, you know what? Yeah, sure. This build's good enough. Oh boy, alright. So if I just SE Death Blob it, how strong does it get? Double Astromancer is so much more expensive than the Moonbird. And the worst part is they don't even give Harmony. But you get the spell amping. So I'm paying like 500 gold for 30% spell amp. Which is... it's okay. It's alright. We can work with that. Now, like I said, cavalry's kind of the worst. But I guess if I just spam halberds, it's probably enough. Probably enough to clean up whatever greenskin shenanigans come our way. And then range units I don't have to worry about. Because we have vortexes. So, yeah, maybe this goes well. Changeling Sea Lord. Oh my gosh. Changeling Sea Lord on foot. Yeah, that's way too expensive. Have a good stream. Fan of your work. Already read that. My bad. Twitch chat slow today. I'm kind of just barely chugging along, though. I didn't realize how... like mellowed out I'd feel. Is that the Tylenol? I had a bit of a headache. I couldn't didn't get enough sleep. Is Tylenol really affecting me this much? feels so mellow. Ugh. It's fine. I should be good by tomorrow. You remember to take Wind Blast this time? I don't think I need Wind Blast if I have Dragon's Breath. Yo, honestly, if there was a Blood Dragon or Dragon-Blooded Lord that had Searing Doom, life would be so much easier. But no! So nice you had to read it twice. What line of work are you in? Or going to be in? Streaming and streaming. This is my full-time job. Doesn't make that much, but it's my full-time job. I feel like the more likely answer is the lack of sleep. Mayhaps, mayhaps. All right, here we go. Take Zhao Ming, eat the extra 600 gold for metal spells. I think Zhao Ming is nice. He misses out on the Jade Shield, but he has some good metal stuff. The fact that you can two-shot enemy lords is hilarious. Definitely if you think you're facing an expensive lord, I think you want to go for the final transportation strat. Alright, here we go. Good luck. Ready, good luck, have fun. Uranins on the Astromancers. There's just not really a use for it, I don't think. But we're gonna try this. We're gonna try Mega Rushing with Jade Shield. Dragon's Breath is honestly going to be really high damage anyways. 42 plus a 60% spell amp is genuinely kind of terrifying. So maybe it cooks. Maybe it cooks. Zhao is definitely good if you're gonna face a lot of armor, but yeah, we'll see. I don't have any healing, but I can spam Jade Shield on everything here 24/7. There are 17 units though, yes. Lot of units we gotta clear. But I think we can play this one a lot more efficiently than game number 1. Looks like we are still top 4 on ladder. Just off of our 2 wins, but we're on the lower end of top 4. As soon as my opponent's ready though, should be able to dive on in. And we'll see. I honestly feel like there's almost a Cathay rush build. Like maybe you can do something cool with the long Marauders. Because this is gonna be like almost 80% damage resist. Almost 80% damage resist for 22 seconds. The problem is you just can't take Jade Shield upgraded with a heal. Update the score. I guess. One opponent just dropped though, so I don't know if that... I don't know if it counts, but I guess it's better to show where our standings are. Opponent taking a while with the army setup because they have 17 units. But they're ready. Alright. Alright, let's take a look. So, we're gonna have a lot of archers. We're gonna have some bunch of Savage Orc War Boys. And then I'm just going to try taking some kind of weirdly aggressive engagements. Because the idea is that Jade Shield destroys everything. That's it. And it better destroy everything, because if it don't, we dead. Of course, greenskins are not very well known for their superior anti-air. Okay, it's 70% that we're looking at. Oh, it's a rampager. Wait, do I even care about that? Wait a second. That's something to consider. If he rampages me, do I even care that much? I do have a vortex and some insane abilities. So maybe I don't care. Come to me. Ooh, that's a good breath attack. Whoop, micro. Let's go. Gobos are dead. Alright, so that should just kill these guys. That little vortex there, a lot of damage, right? Unfortunately, My opponent, the PC, suffering pain of that vortex apparently. A little bit of lag, but we're okay. We're going to let's see here. I don't think I really want to just land yet. That seems way too risky. What I will do though is absolutely I'm committing these crowmen. So look at this. So those crowmen with their physical resist, they actually just can't take any damage right now. So I think, yeah, there's gonna be a very limp cav charge. Incredibly limp cav charge on my indestructible crowman. And then we're just gonna let these guys, yeah. Just gonna let these guys come on in. But it's not gonna be a problem in the slightest. Just gonna try and get another cav unit. But it will actually, we'll be able to bait our escape here with a bit of a comet. Fun fact, players are not used to dealing with comets. Oh boy, that's so dumb. Hey yo, comet to the face. So that's gonna be a nice, good old, just kind of start to the day. Then we pull away, and then we continue to uptrade. But yeah, that comet was basically my protection, so I could retreat. We've lost like no crowmen. That part's actually probably the best thing about all this. And now I can get my Astromancers over here to continue the bullying spree. They have more vortexes to drop. We definitely want to get those out as much as possible. But where is the question? Where do we want to plop it down? I think, yeah, I think right here, actually. Right here seems pretty good. Just gotta micro my cavalry a little bit. I want to conserve magic because I am guessing this game's gonna be a while. Gonna be a lot of, you know, just back and forth trying to trade into each other's faces. His lord is a little exposed and actually pops a rampage. Alright, that's actually not bad for me then. If I can get the kill on this guy, it's pretty done for. Tormentor sword drops though. He's not moving though, which is gonna be real bad for him. Let's just check this out. I get 2.5 winds of magic for every spell I cast. So we'll be fine on that front. And what are you gonna do here? So he's bringing some boar boys. Oddly enough, he's not trying to save his lord. I think I'm just going to, yeah, commit with these guys. We'll give him the jade shieldage. Doesn't need to be that long. There we go. And then I'm going to drop a lightning bolt on these guys. And the jade shield should last just long enough for that lightning bolt to impact. And boy, does it. So those guys got absolutely obliterated. You'll love to see it. I just got to chuck out another little breath attack here just to finish off the cavalry. You can see they really do not like that breath attack. Just because the spell amping gives it so much more damage than usual. There we go. And now it's mostly just a cleanup. I'm actually not sure where his lord went. Okay, yeah, I kind of just snuck to the side there. Fine by me. I have another comet I can drop somewhere. I don't know if you'll notice this one, but we'll give it a shot. And then the vortex, kind of mistimed it, unfortunately. Unfortunate, but not the end of the world. One comet lands on his guys. We're just gonna charge in with these boys and give them the jade shield. The jade shield is actually super clutching it out for us right now, because it's really making it difficult for him to deal any amount of damage to my forces. There's a vortex right on top of those boys over there. Then we're gonna go for a bit of a lord snipey. And then I think I can carry this out with just more, with just a cav swarm. Lord's doing fine as long as I keep spamming out breath attacks. The goblins will stand no chance. Goblins, poor guys are getting massacred. Oh, he's gonna get a boar boy charge on my crowman, and I didn't have jade shield in time to save him, so slightly unfortunate over there. We're going to need to chuck out a Uranus Thunderbolt here, too. Honestly, battle's not over yet. As well as things are going, it's definitely slightly uncomfortable. Considering there's also a bit of healing and all that here, too. It's, yeah, it's a little sus. It's really hard trying to break through his formation, too. But if I can just bait my opponent to blobbing, maybe, we'll be okay. Time-wise, we're doing okay. I have a decent amount of time here. So we can kind of just sit back and relax. There you go. That'll be a decent breath attack. And then we're going to Jade Shield. And then we're going to send in the Crowmen. And since they will not die, that will give us a great opportunity for our cavalry to get in there. But now we have Black Orcs. Black Orcs are kind of a menace. Not the end of the world, though. The Jade Shield really keeping those Crowmen alive, though. Honestly, the Jade Shield's probably the best part about this build. I can just take constant back-to-back engagements. With, effectively no worry in the world. I have a ludicrous amount of magic, too. We're really just chucking out these breath attacks like no tomorrow, and the Greenskins don't really have the armor to survive against it. I just need to work towards capturing a point sometime soon, I believe. Black Orcs, unfortunately, I'm out of Vortex spells. So they ain't solving that. River Trolls actually managed to stay alive too. That's a bit unfortunate. But at least all the archers are dead. So that tells me if I just spam a couple halberds here, the cleanup should be relatively straightforward. There's another breath attack on the infantry. Absolutely annihilates them. Very nice. Oh, he's going for the war compass. All right. And he's rampaged, my lord. Oh, that ain't good. She's able to protect others, but could she protect herself? Okay, that's going to make life a little awkward for me. Admittedly. She is taking a lot of damage. Though, if I'm lucky, she will rally. Just no minus 16, please. Harmony is doing okay. Swamp Things are... Yeah, they're getting brutalized pretty hard. You'd love to see that. Come on, you darn things. Just rout, though, please. Swamp Things. There we go. And they're finally gonna rout. Thank goodness. All right. Jeez Louise. Honestly, this is kind of a scary battle. It's kind of a sketchy battle. Oh, I have a bunch of dudes here. Whoops. Is my lord gonna rally? -7. I think she's gonna rout. And then with that, life is going to get a lot more sketchy here. Because we're gonna start mass routing if I'm not careful. I do have an out though, and that is just a basic lord sniping. But yeah, you can see the leadership. Oh, the leadership is sucking right now. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, she's not even routed yet and my leadership's sucking. That's even worse. That's even worse. At least I still have a little bit of time. Lord over here is taking a little bit of heat. Come on. Come on, beat him up. Cavalry over here is not that much of a problem. I think we can just kind of swarm them with our mobility. Oh my gosh, Swamp Things came back though. I lost my lion. Lord, I believe, is now out of the picture too. And I have a million Black Orcs to deal with. So this is probably a loss. Dang it. Dang it. Honestly, I think if I kept my Lord alive, we'd be set. It's still technically not completely over just yet. Oh, come on, Astromancers. Hit him. Beat him up. Oh my gosh, dude, the Astromancers. They're not hitting too well. I think this is why I usually like the Moonbird more. Oh, no. No, not the jank. Not the jank, man. They were just walking beside him. All right, I think this guy's going to land a hit, though. Hey, nice. All right, so he gets a pretty nice hit. Gets another pretty nice hit. Is it going to kill him, though? I don't think so. Oh, man. I feel like this might break the meta. I feel like it's almost there. It's almost there. I just need to find a way to have an actual standing army. Oh man. Obviously, my lord is able to get a lot of damage. Oh dang, the net. Dude, my opponent's not even microing anymore. All right, GG. GG, well played. I think I just need like a little bit more cooking. I think we get a little bit more cooking and we get there. All right. I'm gonna need to win my next couple games if we want to make this. Stop bringing mass flyers. Yeah, I think if we do the same thing but just like a foot build and no moonbirds, I think we're fine. The moonbirds are good at trading, but they're not like, it's not fast enough. Lord is honestly the best. Like the best part about this is just the crazy amount of spell damage you can chuck out. Crafter, stop telling me to get infantry. The more you say it, the less I want to do it. Also, he didn't even have magic. Oh my gosh. Alright. I think the moonbirds are good in other builds, but not this one. I think what I really want is just spam spells as much as possible. The strongest thing we saw there was the Jade Shield and Dragon's Breath combo. I like that. And I liked having the Alchemist before. So this is what I think we do. We take the power recharge instead. This lady's just on a horse. She's just gonna spam spells like no tomorrow. And that also frees up a little bit more space to have single entities. Some real single entities. Now, unfortunately, if I take the War Compass, no bird. Double Sentinel. I think, I do think I can actually get a lot done with the Righteous Lances. Alright, let's see here. Is there a way I can squeeze in just a bit more spell amp on the cheap? Honestly, the War Compass is not the end of the world. Because if you take a lot of infantry... You know what? If I'm taking a lot of infantry, I might as well take this. Okay, you know what? I think this is actually... This is it. This is 10,000% hit. So, you take some ranged. You take some halberds. This is actually a decent front line supported by a ton of spells and final transmutation, so a blob will never be good against you. You have one guy that's just regenerating winds like no tomorrow. And then you have this guy. Okay, we're up against Rowdy. Yo, yo. All right, here we go. Send them the code. I gotta complete games fast if we want to stay in top 4. I think we dropped quite a bit. Yeah, I need to like, if I can win 2 more games, I think we will probably be fine. But I have a limited amount of time. So, Rowdy is playing Dowie. Oh, geez. All right. Well, that changes things slightly. The Blind Dwarves. The Blind Dwarves. It's still not terrible versus Dwarves. We're gonna have some magic. We're gonna have some mega buffs. At the very least, we can actually win fights. Melee fights versus Dwarves. I think what we probably want to do, though, is like get Crane Gunners. If I get Crane Gunners and the Dwarves can't break my front line, plus we have a bunch of sick magic, we'll be okay. Triple Plague of Rust. Okay, actually, that's kind of hilarious. That is kind of hilarious. Ultra spell amped Plague of Rust, and then you kill them with cavalry. That's not actually the worst. Now, they're still gonna have ludicrous mass, so I don't think it's an insta win, but okay, no, probably not. Probably not Triple Plague of Rust. Okay, let's actually win some games. We're on Rapturous Expanse. Decently flat map. Decently flat map. I think we can still spell amp versus Dwarves, though. Especially Final Transmutation. Even though they have spell resist, because their characters are foot characters, that should just melt the face off. So if he decides to go for like the single entity squad, I believe it should still be an absolute massacre. Oh my gosh, wait just a darn second. What if I take this and this? Uh-huh. Okay, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking with fire. Trust in the process, guys. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay. Okay, the dwarves stand no chance against us. So, and then I can take one of these. Cavalry will actually be decent with the Plague of Rust spam. And then I just have to keep my crane gunners alive. But that should be reasonable to do with all the great defenses we have here. All right, I gotta build. Oh, this is Commissar. Oh yeah, this guy's actually pretty good at dwarves. 0 AP build against Dowie. I wonder if he'll be ready for this though. This build actually has a lot of tricksy things that I think he would be completely caught off by. Dwarves again, dwarf today. Oh boy, he might just have some crazy build, but I feel like this might actually cook. I might need to do another day of this to really figure out how to make the build work properly. This is obviously just the normal Cathay Mantide build, but I don't want to be normal. I want to be fancy. How much armor will amped up Curse of the Midnight Wind get rid of? Like 45? Which is decent, but nothing crazy. It being AoE is kind of fun. But then, like, I don't know. Do you really need an AoE armor debuff? Alright, here we go. 12 units versus 12 units. It's my largest army yet. So here's the play. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hotkeys? There we go. Okay, so I have Plague of Rust. I have Final Transmutation. The idea that we're going for here is that Comet has so much overkill that... Very good luck, have fun. Comet of Cassandor has so much overkill, it'll still bully the dwarves a good amount. You have Crane Gunners to force the advance. And if he brings artillery, I'm going to Cloak of Jet Ancestral Warrior summon onto his artillery. If I overcast Cloak of Jet, it's invisibility for 58 seconds. So if I do that, then he's a dead man, right? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I can also Cloak of Jet my Crane Gunners and they will not die, which is also a very hilarious use for the ability. Oh hell yeah, he went double Dragon Slayer. So they only have 4,500 HP. Final Transmutation should actually do a lot of damage to him. Crom Brindle. Okay, this guy's actually a mad lad. So he has a standard dwarf stack. Does he have rangers? If he has rangers, I should take another stuff. 8 plus 3. Okay, yeah, so that's his army. Plus a unit of Longbeards in the distance. Fine by me. Here's the thing. He's spent way too much money on the SE squad. I got Final Transmutation. Dead man walking over here. I just have to be able to clear him fast enough is the bigger issue, but I don't think that's impossible. I kind of called the Dwarven Hero squad though. But this stuff is more useless. If he had range, it would be much better. Alright, Crane Gunners will be getting treed a little bit. Trees will be a little annoying. But here's the idea. So these guys don't have a lot of AP outside of the Longbeards. So I think I should be able to bully these guys a decent amount. This map is kind of atrocious for range though. Makes sense why my opponent didn't go for that. But if I can just get my harmony bonuses going, I think we'll be okay. There you go, Grom Brindle taking a bit of deeps. He's doing well with the line of sighting. Okay, and he's gonna take the Grudge Throwers. Interesting. So I'm gonna Cloak of Jet these guys. So that the Grudge Thrower can't target them anymore. Unfortunately, he's aiming at the crossbow, so that wasn't even useful. And then I'm going to Ancestral Warrior summon when he inevitably brings in the Slayers. Like, that's the most obvious bait in the history of baits. There's gonna be a Slayer now. There it is! Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed? Alright. So that solves that issue. We're just gonna go here and we're gonna get a sick Final Transmutation. I don't know if he's ready for a Final Transmutation. He might even mismicro the Slayers. Gonna walk into a bad situation. Guns are plonking away. Nice and happily. Okay, and then we're just going to drop the Ancestral Warrior summon directly on top of these guys. So that should be able to deal with that. The Crane Gunners are doing fine. Got a nice little blob here. And then I think we are... Let's see how those Slayers doing. They're actually cooking my poor thing pretty hard. I do finally have my mobility though. We got some cavalry. Crossbows are doing all right damage wise. I just really want to get the Final Transmutation off on him. He just has to retreat his Dragon Slayers to Grombrindle, and then I'll be okay. Yes, there you go. Come on, just get baited. Get baited. He's gonna flash bomb me, trying to get a little bit of damage. There's the Final Transmutation though. Yeah, now he's trying to split. Can he do it fast enough though? The damage is high. My lord is getting caught pretty hard though. Obviously he also has a triple cap on me, which is not super pretty. Come on, lord, live. She's gonna be doing her best. Final Transmutation did get a whack load deep, so lord seems like she will be able to barely escape. Very nice. Very, very nice. And I just got set up for the next Final Transmutation. All right. Hopefully we can actually capture this point too. Time is of the essence, obviously. There you go. But yeah, if I can just get a juicy, juicy Final Transmutation, we're golden. And he's still keeping his guys close together. Is he gonna expect a fast second Final Transmutation? They might not. And then if they blob up their forces, then it's just over. It will also be hitting like all the units here too. So that would be absolute devastation. Oh my god. Oh my god. Absolute devastation. So it's a 60% extra damage Final Transmutation on everyone in the local area. This is what happens. This is what happens. Dwarves getting too comfortable with their spell resist. It ain't gonna save you this time, good sir. Very nice. Grombrindle does live though, unfortunately for me. But that is some juiced. That's some mega juicy value. It's also going to let us start capturing the points. Very nice. And then let's see here. Ah yes, this thing. And then Comets of Cassandora. So I'll just chuck it right on top of the great weapons over there. So we did manage to get the point. That's nice. Unfortunately, my line of sight on the Crane Gunners have been just atrocious for the entire battle. Well, we're getting there. Comet of Cassandora hits. Decent amount of deeps. We're gonna try and bully Grombrindle now. He's taken a good amount of damage already. And this thing is going to start giving myself, my unit, some damage amplification. I think that'll be much more useful than what we've been dealing with so far. Ouch. Grombrindle. Very angry dwarf. He was not happy about the Final Transmutations, it turns out. This lady's gonna have to pull back for her life. I am completely out of magic, by the way. That was fast. Alright, well that's unfortunate. I was hoping I would have a bit more. But no, we are actually completely and utterly empty. So I should just yeah, desummon this guy. And then instead we're just going to kill these dudes over here. Crane Gunners struggling to get line of sight still. If there's one failing on my end, it's the inability to get good line of sight here. But as long as I have the capture point, I'm happy. Alright, there we go. Come on, you darn Crane Gunners. There we go. So they're finally plonking away. Grombrindle's low too, by the way. Wait, can I just snipe him, or is there a hill in the way? Dude, this line of sight's killing me. Alright, at least I'll have this capture point soon. These little dwarves over here are not holding out too well. Honestly, I think my opponent just eating fat final transmutations is what's just going to be the end of him at the end of the day. Okay, Crane Gunners are doing all right. Come on. Hit him. Don't let him steal the point. Oh, crap. I think I accidentally let my opponent steal a point. I am going to get this one, though, so it's not the end of the world, but a little awkward. Just a smidge. I'm going to need some capture weight then. Oh, crap. He held this one? How'd you hold this point? Oh, my God. The Giant Slayer is having that insane melee defense is what did it. Oh, that's awkward. It's real awkward. Well, we killed Grombrindle at least. Crane Gunners are chilling. I'm actually just going to put them on. Oh, wait. Grombrindle's alive? Dude. I'm flubbing it. I'm flubbing it real bad. Oh, my gosh. All right, come on, Crane Gunners. Dude, the Crane Gunners walked all the way around. What are they doing? Am I going to be able to kill Grombrindle even? Dude. Come on. Oh my gosh. Is he actually going to win with the insano final transmutation counter? We'll see. We'll see. Dude. Oh my gosh. I think I totally had this, but then I flubbed it. Come on, you darn lord. Kill him. Just kill the guy. Grombrindle has like no HP left. He has 1 HP. Let's see here. Okay, I'm gonna play it slow. I'm gonna get Crane Gunners and just play the Valley game. Okay, Grombrindle finally dies. Thank goodness. What the crap, bro? All right, and then I'm going to capture this point. I just have to get out of triple cap territory as fast as possible. And then I think we're still fine. I think we're still fine. The Slayers died too. Finally, I'm able to capture the point. Jeez Louise. All right. And now it's just a couple Slayers left. All right, I can deal with this. Yeah, I just have to capture this point, and then I have like 50 years to get the last one. Very janky match, though. As far as his battles are concerned, that was not clean in the slightest. So those are just normal Slayers. All right, it's fine. Beat them up. I got my crowmen over here. They're gonna be able to bully them Slayers real good. Finally, my guns have line of sight. The line of sighting, my greatest weakness. There we go, and we're just gonna bully him a bit. Get a rear charge here. How's my lord doing? She's holding up all right. The melee attack is helping us punch through the DPS of the enemy. And then I just have 5 minutes to take this last point. Which should, how'd she die, bro? How'd she die? Crap, I think there was some Slayers on her. Crap. Ah, whatever, it's fine. I still have a good few minutes to take the last point. Unfortunately, though, it's going to be a little awkward. Many of my units are severely out of position. And I apparently don't know how to handle bad line of sight. But the middle point should be relatively safe. We're going to have a little bit of capture weight here. The Crane Gunners will be amazing. And then I'll just resummon my lord. I do have a lot of time. I do have a stupendous amount of time, actually. So I think that should be okay. I just need my units to actually move. If they can book it properly, I think we'll be all right. I do have a Plague of Rust I can chuck out over here too soon enough. Looks like these guys are more than enough to handle that situation. Okay, and then I just need to actually secure the point. So a couple miners are annoying, but not the end of the world. You can absolutely just charge them with cavalry and they'll go down nice and fast. Here we go. I'm gonna leave one peasant spearman over here. There's a Longbeard great weapons. Oh boy, come on, man. Here we go. Final defense. It's gonna be really hard actually defending both points because we're so slow. Dude, if I just went for the low ground first, I would have won, man. If I just went for the low ground, we actually could have won this so easily. Oh, man. If I was just a little bit more on point. Obviously, my opponent gave me, like, the fattest final transmutations you've ever seen in your entire life. But, dude. Dude. Oh, my gosh. All right. If I can out-capture him over here, I will be okay. We do have some guys actually securing some points, right? So you can see it is actually being held up here. My opponent did me the favor of getting off the point. So if I can actually just steal it, that'd be sick. The damage that he'll take for this is immense. And then I can use my Lord here and some summons to deal with this one. 6 capture weight is a lot for these guys. So that should fare pretty well. I just gotta get my cavalry on there. We still have our crane gunners cooking. So all we really gotta do is hold. Now, what's the capture weight situation looking like? Come on, get in there. Dude, oh, he's gonna steal it.
Is it time for the triple jade lion?
Triple jade lion, I wish. Oh man, dude, I'm just not playing clean enough today, man. This was actually so close. Oh man, all right. Dual played. I think that's my 3rd loss. Dang it, man. Dude, I had him dead to rights. I just needed the better line of sight. Ah. All right. I'm going to see if I can squeeze in 2 more matches. If I win 2 more matches, maybe I still make it. But oh man, I lost so much MMR to these bad losses, man. I just have to play slightly more clean. Dude, my caster got so much value transmuting dwarves. Oh man, all right. Well, I'm against B6 again. All right, here we go. Hey, again. All right. Oh man, dude. All right, I gotta kick him out so we can invite B6. Oh man, dude, that was so close though. That was so close. Board the low landing. It's also just I haven't played Cathay in a while. Spiritual -16. I did lose my Lord. I think that's a bit more than spiritual. Meta not broken. Okay, all right. All right, I don't care if he's watching the stream. I wanna cook live. The way this works is okay. I need like a mega SE squad. I need a mega SE squad and just take him to Pound Town. If you can clear units, if you can clear the enemy army fast enough, you just win. If he has horsemen. Okay, you know what? Screw it. There's no way it kills us. I don't care if he's stream sniping. Alright, I invite him to stream snipe. This is impossible to kill. So look at this. You get the green giant, you have the Miao Ying, you have the final transmutation. So no blob will ever be possible against you. We get the green giant, Miao Ying has the heals. Is there, how else do we do this? Earthblood is more than enough. Oh, the slow. Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay, all right. Here we go. So I have the green giant. I do want the Astromancer. He should be SE mode. And he has the spell resist. Because I think it's likely my opponent's going to have final transmutation. In response to how we've been playing. Thankfully, the spell resist on this will actually help a little bit. What in the Slanesh is this? This is beauty. This is victory incoming. Alright, so absolutely I can just snipe his Lord. Storm of Shadows. Then we got the Mega Astromancer. We got the green Guardian. That'll be very nice. And then unfortunately, I won't be fully spell amped, but I think that's okay. The question is, can I actually defend a War Compass? With these guys? Maybe. So, 35% spell resist. Yeah, they can defend the War Compass. Now, obviously, final transmutation, if you cast it on us, that would be really bad. But if I kill his caster, I think we'll be okay. The rest is just capture weight. The usual issue where Cathay just does not have a great amount of capture weight. So you just spam mobility. And then we're good. Oh, I forgot to pick his faction. That's my bad. All right, I want to play against Norska again. I think we can do it. I think we can do it. All right, face me. Yeah, he's not Breton yet. He's either Skaven, Norska, or Lizardman. I just forgot to pick his faction. But, all right, this is what we're looking at. This is what we're looking at. And some long riders to round up the flyers. So this is missing 15% of the damage increase. Honestly, I don't think we need that to kill Wolfric with Final Transmutation. We will have some sick vortexes, and I just need to hold on to 1 point while I kind of grind down his army. As long as we're actually fighting, I think we're okay. Now B6 unfortunately lost 2 games too, so they went down a lot. But if I can finish this game in less than 18 minutes, queue into another game and then win that one, I think we might actually still make it. It's questionable, but maybe possible. I don't need that much. Oh, actually, no. I need to win like 3 games. So we gotta pick up the pace. Dude, if I just beat the dwarves, man, the dwarf game was so free. It was so free, man. Oh my god. Obviously, my opponent could have just not grouped up his hero squad, but still. Put some infantry into reinforcements. Screw your infantry. Cathay infantry sucks. If I wanted to run infantry, I'd be bored to death. We can do a normal Cathay. Maybe tomorrow I'll just play normal Cathay. I'll play meta Cathay to give you guys your fix of actually seeing Cathay win for once. The best build we've found is the double Moonbird build. I think double Moonbird plus an absurd amount of infantry and a cheap lord is insanely strong for Cathay. How good are Jade Lancers? They're like standard armored cav. Do they beat Empire Knights? With Harmony, I think they do. But yeah, they're very just normal. They're normies. Man, dude, that dwarf game. I almost won it too, even positioning my crane gunners in the worst possible place. Oh man, it's been too long since I played a tournament. I'm already rusty. Alright, come on, B6. Actually, no, I chose his faction super late, so he didn't have the time to actually make an army. We'll see though. I think this should be okay. The slightly, yeah, or the similar to Empire Knights, yeah. Cathayan bomber mobs. Why are we calling them mobs? But yeah, they have been experimented with. They're an okay unit, but nothing crazy. The bomber unit for Cathay, it's a very okay unit. There's nothing much going on there. This will be hilarious. If we're lucky, there's no way you can actually kill the green giant. And we have a few win conditions. I just need to be a lot more frugal with my magic. If I just spam it out, we just run out, and then I have no way to win the blob fight anymore. Yeah, the flash bomb is actually equal to what? A 10 wins of magic ability? Which you would think would equate to it being the same as Burning Head in terms of value, but absolutely not. The flash bomb, it can help in some situations. If you know you're going up against pure melee, you can use it to hold out for quite a long time, because it'll get your melee defense through the roof. But it's a very specific situation you need to get your value out of it, sadly. But alright, here we go. 6 units. Alright, ready. Good luck, have fun. We're gonna see if we can get 2 more games in. And maybe that'll save us. I doubt it. We gotta aim for the heavens.
The celestial daughter. For the emperor.
Oh, actually, tournament is ending in... Okay, there's 20 minutes left, actually. Okay. That's not the worst. Someone message me and find your opponent. I cannot see the message, though, so I guess they deleted it. Alright. Face me B6. Yeah, gotta be magic efficient. Exactly. Exactly. So the great thing about how this goes is that my Dune Dragons will be super buffed. So they'll get the full +8 melee defense and all that. We're gonna head over here. We're gonna capture 1 point. My opponent, very similar build to before. Still no final transportation. Okay. Alright, alright. We have a chance then. So here's the idea. They're obviously going to be able to capture some points. But the Miao Ying bullying shall commence soon. She can transform into a dragon. And then capture weight over here. I actually have a fun solution. Come on, get on the point. I have a fun solution. So what we're gonna do here is... Sorry, 1 second. He's summoned in some throwing axes. That's okay, though. I have a fun way of bullying them. The range on this reflect ability is 55 meters, by the way. So they can't actually get close without being reflected. And you can see 65% speed reduction on the horseman here. So, if I do this, escape is now impossible. Oh, and I barely mispositioned it. Dang it. Oh, that was so close. Ah, crap. Now he's going to get the chuck. No. Oh, my gosh. What a ripoff. He barely wasn't slow enough, man. Oh, what a mega ripoff. Jeez Louise. He took a lot of damage from that. Not worth it. All right, plan B. Just take a fight with the giant and have it reflect him to death. Thankfully, this guy is going to be able to not die. Even though he does take a tremendous amount of damage. He will live. I have capture weight secured with the power of peasant horseman. And then we're just going to run into this fight and just take it aggressively. Green giant should be able to cook decently. Just has to be a little bit careful. You can see he can dodge. Because he has to shoot at max range, right? Otherwise he'll be reflected. So there we go. I'm gonna see if I can get him into missile reflect range. Yeah, there we go. A little bit. Just a smidge. Just a smidge. Oh, hell yeah. The attack animation. It brought him into range. Dang, the deeps. All right, that's a good start. That's a good start. Couple marauders here, not a big issue. Giant needs to pull away though. These guys are still reflecting. Comet. To kill but a few marauders though is not an amazing achievement. Okay. Well, I'm getting places. Places are definitely being gone to. We're gonna get a sick lightning bolt over there. And then this dude can finally get a little bit of value. Is B6 gonna dodge it this time? This time, no. Okay, thank goodness. So he's able to get the big vortex. Very nice. And then Miao Ying can begin healing up. All right, there's the big... Yeah, so you can see he really wants to push in here to steal the point. I'm just not going to let him. And we'll be okay. Dude, does the green giant have no mass? What's this guy? What's this guy doing? He's certainly having a hard time pushing through some basic marauders champions. But all right, there we go. We're fine. We're gonna get that heal off. Okay. All right, not too bad so far. A couple trolls are gonna be coming on in, though they are alone. So if I just rear charge them here, I believe they will just die. Okay, we're gonna get a bit of a sandwich. That should do really well. And those are just marauders. They're not particularly strong. So if I bring in the terror now, I believe let's put him in a really bad place. I just got... Dude, the green giant is so freaking slow, man. Can he move? Trolls. Okay, we did get the route on the trolls, so thank goodness. And on this map, it's much easier to actually chase them off. That's good, that's good. Green giant is in. Miao Ying gonna be desperately trying to heal that bad boy up. There we go. Nice. And then we're going to get a little lightning bolt over here. Very nice. I like how he's just shooting into it, the mad lad. Okay, so there's a lightning bolt. And then here is our final transmutation. So that should bully everything in this little area. Unfortunately, this far point was secured by my opponent. But I do get the nasty final transmutation on him. Very nice. He's just walking into it. Dude, my opponents today have just been feeding me the biggest value possible. And it still ain't going very well. Oh boy, my value is not even that good. All right, let's see what we can do. Green giant, he's reflecting. He's reflecting on my terrible choices. At least I can heal him up. Come on, man. Oh my god. Dude, this is so bad. This is actual devastation. At least that should kill all of them. Okay, so the doggos are dying, and I should be able to kill off the skin wolves. The giant is chilling in the blob. I will be able to get one last normal transmutation on it, at least. Oh my god, give the attack command. There we go. All right, yeah, I will be able to get one last transmutation on this blob because he's just being way too aggressive. And that'll be like, it'll be okay. It's gonna be a decent amount of damage. Then I just have to recapture this point over here, and then we'll be fine. There you go. Decent amount of damage. He's... It feels like my opponents are trying to have me win. And we're still managing to lose. It's very sad. Do I have an idol? Okay, I have an idol dude over here. Green Giant's still keeping it together, though. Impressively enough. Alright, here we go. It's time to secure the point. At the very least, Miao Ying is still alive. And with the new wave of Jade Lancers, I think we'll be doing okay. Giant unfortunately goes down, but he got a decent amount of work done. Don't knock him for that. I just need to actually secure some points now. And then hopefully my opponent will be completely army wiped soon enough. Honestly, he doesn't have that many units left. If you just take quick stock of what's actually around here. There is not that much. I will be able to secure this point very soon. Darn skin wolves don't know how to route off the map. Dude, I have no capture weight though. Capture weight is not my specialty. Ooh, I might be able to catch some skin wolves though. Let's maneuver over here. Okay. Yeah, he's out of position. Okay, so I should be able to actually get some skin wolves too. That's good. Capture point over there is mine. And then I just have to be able to secure this in the next little bit. Miao Ying is not going to die. Her stats are actually insane. So she'll be just chilling in the blob. There you go. He's going to try a Searing Doom on me, but I should be able to at least mostly dodge that. Very nice. Very nice. And then I just got to escort these guys off with, I guess, some Longbow Riders. Capture point number 1 is secured at the 1,000 mark. Not great, not terrible. Okay, there you go. We got Miao Ying in here, though. She'll definitely be able to do well. Skin Wolves are just straight up dead, too. If my opponent's not careful, they absolutely can lose this. Miao Ying can now safely transform and go dragon mode. And as long as he doesn't steal a point, I'll be okay. This is definitely my game to win now, if played correctly. Damage to the Lord is good. I will have to deal with some berserkers here. And the overall positioning, I'm not gonna lie, is a little janky. Though, if I can kill off these skin wolves, mayhaps? What I would do for a little bit of magic. Ah, okay. Oh, no, that actually wasn't too bad of a final transmutation. He could have done a lot more damage to me. So that's pretty good, then. Gets a little bit of a plague of rust, though. Oh, man, dude, this pillar's eating me alive. This pillar's making it very hard for me to maneuver my cavalry to get proper flanks. And that might be able to pull it back from my opponent, though I'm not going to call it quits just yet. Many of these units are on the verge of routing. Plus, we have Miao Ying and a ton of harmony. I don't think he has enough for final transmutation shenanigans either. So really all I gotta do is just secure the point. Oh yeah, he didn't even bring final transmutation. What am I talking about? Yeah, I just gotta secure the point then. And I will have some Jade Lances coming on in. Unfortunately for me, capture weight is still not quite in my favor. That's because these berserkers have so much capture weight as infantry units. That is what they are good at. Still though, my opponent is trying to secure the point. So that means that the back point is actually going to be totally safe. Back point will be fine. Oh, come on, man. Just route. Just route, you fools. Come on. He got his horseman throwing axes super caught up. If Miao Ying can get a few terror routes, we're set. He's real blobbed up. Come on. Okay, a little bit of capture weight. It's a miracle. It's a bloody miracle. All right, there you go. Does Foot Miao Ying have capture weight? She does, right? She does. Okay, there we go. Marauders are routing. All right, all right. I'm gonna need to summon in the Woojing War Compass for capture weight, but at least we're getting somewhere now. Unfortunately, these guys did not route. Darn berserkers. Indestructible little dudes, I swear. And then I'm gonna need 2 minutes to capture the last point, even if I get this. Dang it, man! So close every time. So close every time. Yeah, the pillars really mucked up the crowmen. Dude, oh man. I think if I had 1 more minute, we would actually have a decent chance. Okay, you know what? Never say never, all right? Never say never. I should have transformed Miao Ying maybe a bit earlier. Not entirely sure, but... Okay, we're gonna see if this blob fight can be won by us. And I'm going to see if I can just sneak a victory. If my opponent is not paying attention, and he keeps summoning guys over here, and then I bring in the peasant horsemen to steal this back point, then maybe we still win. With the number of units I have, it should take about 20 seconds. I have 40 seconds. So that means it's technically possible if my opponent's PC crashes completely. It's technically doable. Now, he's going to be sending in the boys to try and steal it. He's going to be sending in the boys. Oh my god, can these guys be any slower? Come on. 20 seconds? That's not enough time. Come on. I'm going to fight him at the edge of the point so that he doesn't actually manage to get capture weight while I still have it. Okay, there we go. We got a little bit of a route. Solid. Okay. Dang it. I almost got it. I would have lost still, but I almost got it. Oh my god, GG, well played. Dude, he gave me the... He was like trying to help me win. Oh man, alright. Well, I have 1 more match. Oh man. Dude, these are actually super close. RH. These are super close. Yo, yo. Oh man, dude, the Dune Dragon sucked. Oh, what is this? 563 value, bro. Dude, the War Compass did better than my Elite RORs. That's sad. That's so sad, man. This meta has proven unbreakable. Oh man. Dude, it feels like it's almost there. Obviously, this is just way worse than just going to normal Mantide, but... Oh, man, I think the dream's dead, though. Well, I'll have one more match, and then we're gonna get to cast the semis and whatnot. Oh, man. Alright, so... Yeah, Rowdy needs to finish their game. And then we can get the top 4 set up. Ah, oh, man, dude. They just need more of their... They just need one more cav unit. That's good. I think if they had a Jade Lancer sword and board variant, it would be so much better. Oh, man. Well, I'll give it my best shot. I think tomorrow I might just play meta Cathay builds. Just go Mantide meta. We'll send it off though. One more shenaniganry. I want to meme one last time before we call it. And we're gonna meme it with a rush. I think we will just go with the normal rush into Empire. Isn't spell mastery strat Cathay been used for years? Not this specific variant. I really wanted to try like a Dragon Lord variant, and then like the Dragon Lord gives you perfect yin and yang harmony, and then you have like indestructible infantry. But the problem is that everything's way too expensive. Like ludicrously expensive. I don't even know if it's worth stacking spells at all, because you spend a lot of money for... Like, are you really going to get 300 gold more value by taking an Astromancer, right? Probably not. Probably not. But, alright. Let's just rush this guy. So I'm going to take the Wind Blast. Gonna do a solid, just fun Wind Blast rush with a... I want to do like a Wind Blast rush with like Jade Shield, Dragon's Breath, and then I just clear infantry like no one's business. Gonna put this lady on a horse. Actually, nah, I'm gonna put her on a Longma. And then I'm just gonna Moby Max him. In fact, I'm gonna Moby Max him real hard with the power of Longma Riders. Take a bunch of these guys, a couple Jade Lancers, and actually, no, one of these guys. There you go. A couple Jade Lancers, a Crowman. And the idea being, with your Wind Blast spells, you just clear the infantry like no one's business. And victory is yours, because Empire infantry will just get blasted too hard. That's the idea anyways. I'm literally just going to take this lady as a spell amp in reserve that I can summon on in, along with this. Because that way, it's like they get to participate in the battle immediately. Because they're summoned in, right? You know, screw it, I'm gonna get the spears. But yeah, it's like they get to participate in the battle immediately. Think about it. Think about it. You usually get double or triple cap and then try to claw back the points. Maybe try to sneak a long range unit to harass. If you bring a range unit to try and harass a point, they tend to just get run down with mobility. But if I had like a horse archer unit, like if Cathay had the equivalent of Dark Elf repeater crossbow cavalry, I think Cathay would immediately become one of the scariest factions in the game. But alas, not right now. Alright, I just need to, 1 second, at goblins. All right, ladder is closing soon. It's closing. Some games need to finish. Then top 4 will be decided. All right, here we go. Good luck, have fun. Ready. Good luck, have fun. Sky Lantern. Sky Lantern builds can be pretty fun. I feel like Cathay has so many ways to get good value early on. It's like the cleanup that is really bad. It feels like they're missing a solid cleanup crew. You know, if they had high DPS infantry, I think that's it. High DPS infantry for cleanup, and then what's that? What are these guys? Pistoliers, not a big deal. Is it a Cav Max? Do a Cav Max? We got a Jade Wizard, an Arch Lector with the buffs. Holy moly, alright. This guy's cooking. So he's healing. Whoop. Flee the scene. Gets a shot off. Not too much damage, thankfully. Alright. So this is what I think we do. I think we send our Lord into the Arch Lector and bait out a big blob. And then we win the game. A little vortex from the Astromancer. So she can just buff herself up. So she's not gonna die. She'll actually be totally and completely fine. That'll buy me a lot of time and space here. I'm gonna continue fighting the Cav battle. Oh dang, my opponent knows what's up. So actually not going for the surround with the cavalry, and instead settling for just a continued skirmish. That's interesting. Well, in that case, we're just going to try and get the Lord kill instead. Well, not the Lord kill, the Demogryph Knight kill instead. I do have a very nice little charge over there from my cavalry. While Cathay cavalry is not amazing, Empire Cav is pretty garbage. So I should be able to do that. Gonna get a solid Searing Doom though, but otherwise we're still doing alright. I just need to get my Vortex off. My opponent's been really good about not getting caught out by the Vortexes. But the end is nigh. The end is nigh. Losing the Royal Altdorf Griffites is actually going to be super, super painful for them. Gotta melt their faces off. There you go. Very nice. Alright. And then I can use a Vortex over here to kill them. I think if we do that, then that should be the end of his stuff. This guy actually has the reads. His crazy reads, man. You see that pull away? Actually getting the sick disengage at the last second to keep his cav alive. This guy almost looks like they know what they're doing. It's kind of terrifying. I still think we'll be okay though. Trading wise, it's actually very even. That's fun. But the terror routes here will be painful. Look at this, pulling away from the Dragon's Breath too. It's still gonna hit though. I have just enough range, and that'll give me a pretty nice charge. Was not able to brace for impact, but otherwise still doing pretty good. How's this fight going? Not bad. Ooh, we're gonna be able to catch some Pistoliers too. Marvelous. And then I think we've just barely had enough to win the cavalry fight. I have a capture point, which means I have a lot of time to potentially scrap back value. And then I just have to kill off this here Arch Lector. I think we do that, we'll be in a fine situation. I got my Longmas. Got my Longma Riders in here helping out my Lord. I'm just gonna give him a little bit of a damage resistance buff. Very nice. Fun though. Fun. We had an Empire Cav spam versus a Cathayan Cav spam. What a battle. Let's see. I got micro this guy though. Surely he doesn't see this, right? Oh dang! Look at that Searing Doom. Okay, a little bit of self-friendly fire. We'll be okay though if I pull away. That's going to kill off his dear Empire Knights. Oh, there's the Knights of the Blazing Sun, dang. But yeah, they're more or less dead now. We got the victory points. Everything is good. Now I just need to be able to carry out the late game. But that should be relatively simple. Overall, though, nothing too crazy. I feel like I wasn't able to make use of my spell amp very much, though. It was very mild. Oops. Yeah, it was very mild. I feel like it did not really have the oomph that that we were looking for. Triple cap, though. Hey, nice. Now I know how they trade into Empire Cav. Yeah, fairly well, actually. I think Jade Lancers really hate armor piercing, but Empire Cavalry we can deal with. Alright, GG. Well played. Just gotta deal with some messages and then we're good. Alright. And helping out with the adminning, GG. All right, there we go. So now we're just gonna wait for the last few games to finish, and then we're gonna have top 4. Overall, I think this is garbage. In my head, I thought this would work out way better than I thought it would. The most fun thing you can do is like have a really good final transmutation snipe with Zhao. Like, I think if you're playing Cathay and you're going the normal Cathay build, right, where you have a Celestial General, honestly, the compasses were not bad. I did not feel that bad about running them because they do a lot of damage with these spells. But yeah, I think the best place to put spell amping is probably just with the final transmuter. Just take a Celestial General. If you want to be real fancy, you can take the Dragon-Blooded Lord. But like, I think most of the time we just kind of run a normal build. Yeah, Jade, okay, and Jade Shielding, yeah. So I think either if you want to spell amp, you're either doing that or this. You can run both though at a fairly cheap price. So this is a 1400. You have a lot of variety on your spells. Your opponent will never, ever want to blob against you. Otherwise, you just die. And then you have this lady just poking away at them. She gets a little bit more expensive if you want to have some of the better items. But then after that, I think you kind of just have to play a normal Cathay build. So that's like, you know, the usual. You take the Jade Warriors. You can get your extra spell amping from the drum. And probably no more after that. As much as like an Astromancer with the cloak is cool, for 450, like, is he actually going to get you 450 gold back? I don't think so. So I think after that, you just kind of go like a very, very normie Cathay build. It's a whack load of infantry, you box it up. And then when they inevitably fight you, you go for a really sick trade with like the final transmutations and all that. I think that's about it. But alright, top 4 is being decided. So let's see here. Okay, I think the matches have finished. I think there's a couple where it's a little close. So the bot should no longer be issuing matches. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think it's just increasing the match time because it's a little buggy. What is up? Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong chart. Okay, yeah, here we go. Yeah, bot's just like a little bug, but I think we're good. I just gotta message this guy and see if he's still playing. Your match versus Serika, still ongoing, question mark. Yeah, so we'll just check in on them, and then we should be good to go. I think there's only one match. I'll message Serika. Is your match still ongoing, question mark. Okay, so that one's not being played because they got a last second match. So we just need to, I think Serika just needs to finish their match. And then we'll see how that goes. Question, can you play domination with teams? You can. 2v2 domination is actually pretty fun. A very unexplored space. Honestly, this amount of spell amping is not the worst. You get 30% more. See, final transmutations are more effective. But also the war drum is just a generic, very good unit. And then, like, hell, you can just spam these guys into the horizon. Like, this is not a terrible way to play Cathay, where you just go ultra main tide. I do think there are some pretty funny, even more funny Cathay playstyles, though. Where you just go for the manliest main tide the world has ever seen. So, if you go full infantry max, how many guys can you actually fit in here? Yeah. So there is an idea of Cathay where you have 15 units of infantry as your front line. And then you just keep spamming more dudes. And then you can pretty easily just hold on to 2 points comfortably. You can take a good amount of archers, and then of course the rest is like you have a few cavalry and some crowmen to help actually, you know, take on fights. But yeah, something like this can be really hard to break for some factions. It's actually really hard for a faction like Slanesh. But it has its weaknesses. Also, yeah, the strategy did not break the meta. When you cook... When you cook, sometimes it burns. But yeah, I think this is like the much more meta way of doing it. All right, here we go. Oh, okay, no, it was done for Serika. Oh, okay, so then everything is done. Okay, then I think we are calling it then. Alrighty. Okay, yeah, so they are calling it. Okay. In that case, all right, top 4 is up. So it's going to be Adlering versus Michael. Adlering versus Michael. At Turtles Main versus Karn. So that's Bird. Huh. Spec slot, please. All right, there we go. Okay, nice. We have a top 4. Let's go. Top 4 sets. All right. Spec slot, please. Very nice. Oh, they're finishing their match versus Outer Region? Oh, really? Never mind. Yeah, I need to fix the bug. I gotta write down a note. The leaderboard is not clear enough on which matches are done. Let's see here. Make it easier for... Never mind, don't start top 4 yet. Make it easier to tell who's still in a game. Okay. My bad. Alright, we're gonna have to hang out with chat for a little bit then, while they finish up. Turtle's Mare is facing Outer Region. Although, where is Outer Region? Oh, there they are. Okay, so if Outer Region wins, they might actually be able to make it to top 4. So we'll let that match finish up, and then we'll go from there. Mad Scientist Inticity will be back. I have faith. Yeah, give it a couple days. Tomorrow, though, tomorrow I think I need a palate cleanser, man. I need a palate cleanser. Let's build this darn build, man. All right. Current opponents. Outer region, yeah. So we're just waiting for it to finish. Let's see who is facing who. Turtles is still in the middle of the match versus Outer Region. Okay. Okay, just let me know when done. Alright, we're chilling for a bit. Who made you play Cathay? Whoever made you play Cathay must hate you. I guess I hate myself. Classic. You don't have to make it sound like a punishment. I don't want to make it sound like a punishment. I think I just feel so hungry right now. I swear I ate some food earlier today, but like the lack of sleep and maybe I just didn't eat enough. Oh man, I feel out of it. I'm not at my prime. You can throw out a Jade Warrior for 2 Peasant Horsemen. I like your math. But yeah, this is like a much more normal Cathay build. This is kind of just you have a ton of infantry and they can't break through your box and then you win. But it's super susceptible to just getting shot to death. I don't know. Maybe I should do something else. Give me, you know what, while I step out for a second to grab a snack. Let me know what you want to see tomorrow. I need inspiration, man. This spell amping build sucks so hard. So give me your deets. And we can go through it when I'm back. Nurgle suffering. Okay, I'll do a poll. I don't want to do Skull Reapers. What to do next? Question mark. Vampire counts with crossbows. Sadly, they're not allowed. Yeah, I'm gonna do it on Twitch too. So Nurgle. Just try to win. Just try to win with Nurgle. Okay. Skaven try hard. Empire mass ranged. I think Empire actually might be able to do a decent mass range. And then, I don't know, Corn? Skull Reapers. Okay. I'll set up the Twitch poll. What to do next? Nurgle, Skaven, Emp, Mass Ranged, Skull Reapers. Skill Reapers. Nope, that's a bad typo. Skull Reapers. There we go. What do you guys want to see? We have options. Nurgle tryhard is pretty sweaty. If I was trying to do Nurgle tryhard, it would probably involve some Chaos Knight shenanigans with like damage reflect. That wouldn't be the end of the world, actually. Aren't the Empire builds always mass range? They tend to be main tidy or War Wagon Kite. Seems like Nurgle's barely winning out. Are we Nurging it? Ooh, it's close. Super close. Skaven is slightly ahead. You guys really... Okay, so Nurgle and Skaven actually tied on the Twitch end. Oh my gosh, it's super close. Alright, I'm gonna let the YouTube vote go to 45 votes. And then I will end poll. And the winner will be the one that we play. It's a race between Nurgle and Skaven tryhard. Random question. If you were to start a YouTube channel about Warhammer 3, but not in English, what would you focus on? Whatever you are most interested in. Always. Skaven tryhard. Alright. You guys want to see me play Skaven tomorrow? Skaven tryhard. Interesting. I'm surprised not Nurgle. I guess you guys have seen enough Nurgle from Turin. Maybe you don't have faith. Skaven tryhard's pretty fun though. So preset some units. Storm Vermin are cheaper now, which does actually make a very slight difference. Excuse me, for Skaven. Oxyotl Troglodon build. At some point I'll test the waters with Lizardmen. But yeah, take a look. Feast your eyes. All right. So I think we're all good. Ah, the game didn't go on for long enough. Okay, I see. Oh, I see. It's a bug. Ah, it's a bug. Okay, I see. I see. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to fix that. Let's see here. Fix bug where game can't be declared if what's it? If match is less than 5 minutes old when the tournament closes. Okay. All right. Well, that's unfortunate, but it's how it's gonna have to be. All right, we'll just have to call it then. Since the... Let's see, I just got a message to players. Adlering versus Michu. Turtle's Mane versus Bird. Okay. Adler versus Michu. At Turtle's Mane versus at Beard. Will be the top 4, since there is a bug in the code that doesn't allow games to be declared done when in the last 5 minutes. Oh, adminning. Let's see here. So we'll move on with the top 4 when the top 4 as is. Okay. All right. Yeah, we're just gonna have to move on. Unfortunately, code's a little bugged, so we're just gonna have to do it this way instead. No need to wait. Just go ahead. And outer region also wants to spectate. Okay. So they can spectate Adler. Alright. You can spectate Adler. Okay. Here we go. And finals, if you want. Let's do it. Alright. Some bugs, but we got there. Let's just enjoy a couple games and move on with our lives. Hope you guys have been having a good time. It's gonna be Corn versus Greenskins. That should be fun. How do Skaven ogres compare to trolls? Actually, quite badly. I think their leadership is a bit higher. But not having regeneration is an absolute death sentence. I think Skaven would kill for trolls. Alright, so I've shut down the bot for maintenance, and then we'll just let the top 4 go ahead and play out. Corn versus Greenskins is pretty fighty, by the way. Though I would say, you know, get rid of this embarrassing win-loss. Corn versus Greenskins is pretty fighty. Though Greenskins, I guess they technically have the option to bring the Wolf Riders. But Wolf Riders are a little janky. They don't have the AP to really punish Corn. So I would expect Greenskins just go a very fighty build, maybe even some Black Orcs, and then just a couple of range units. Very likely the Rugled's Armored Orcs, just because they're so good. And then Corn's probably just going to try and punch through it. Now Wrathmongers are pretty nice for that. But there's actually some very interesting Gaze of Mork tech that you can use to kill Wrathmongers. Something about it, if you can get the angle just right, it actually does insane amounts of damage to them. So that's what we're going to be looking at. Yeah. We'll see. We shall see. Let's see here. Okay. Don't want to look at their army so that I don't accidentally spoilerize anything. So then we don't need the army blocker. I'm trying to think, how does this matchup actually play out? It's actually kind of an unknown matchup to me. So like some crazy tech. Does anyone know if greenskins like to go big monsters here? Is this a matchup where the Blood Brute Behemoth sees play? I will say, Khorne definitely needs something that can punch through black orcs. So Wrathmongers are basically a given. But if you know your opponent's going for Wrathmongers, then the skirmishers start making a little bit more sense. At the very least, the 600 gold ones that have armor piercing could be interesting. Lore of Plague to reduce vigor drain. That one is not as good in multiplayer because you don't have the Winds of Magic to just spam it to drain vigor. And especially in Domination, it doesn't affect all the units. So new units that they summon in will be at full vigor. Just makes life a little bit more sketchy. I'm actually quite interested to see this. I have thought about playing greenskins, by the way. I have considered playing the greenskins. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like they're just not like meta. It's not, it's like just not strong enough, right? Like Norska's just a stronger greenskins. Honestly, Norska's insane. Skaven tomorrow should be fun though. I think what? Basically you always take the ROR Giselle. You take the air net if they can have flyers. That's then you just spam some infantry. Has anyone actually played around with Storm Vermin? Do you think they're good? I'd personally say Storm Vermin. I don't know. Like, we did see Skaven beat Khorne that one time with Plague Bearers. The Plague Bearer sensor dudes. Or, yeah, no, Plague Monk sensor bearers. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think that like stands. I don't think that's gonna stand the test of time is the problem. Like any amount of range causes that issues, right? Unless like just the sheer quantity of it does it. But because Storm Vermin are so expensive, the most you get is only a handful. Not entirely sure, but anyways, here we go. It is a battle. So no Wrathmongers. It's actually just the Skull Cannon, which I guess makes sense. Khorne like almost always takes a Skull Cannon as long as it can actually keep it safe. Interesting. All right, let's take a look. I can fix the bot later. So this is the top 4 of the tournament of today. What do we got? We got Skull Taker, we got the Hellforge Bellows. Karanak is always very fun to see. So you have his Howl. We got the Nets. Very good for Slippery Lords, especially because we're seeing Grom the Paunch. Interesting. And Skull Taker has his killy abilities, most likely. I don't know, maybe not. Is this actually vanilla Skull Taker? No, there it is. Okay. Yeah, he has Bloody Onslaught. So basically, Khorne is saying, you know, I'm going to poke you. And then when the fight actually comes down, I'm going to use Skull Taker to kill you, Lord. My infantry, though, the Khorne infantry, is much weaker. So all of this stuff has a pretty rough time versus Black Orcs. You know, maybe the Bloodletters and like the dual weapons will trade okay. But in my experience, Black Orcs are actually really nice there. For the Greenskins, however, they've actually opted for no Black Orcs, going for a little bit more width. And they've gone for actually a very heavy Archer and Ruglud line. So the Greenskins, they haven't brought too many expensive units. And what I expect they're going to do, it's probably just going to tank these guys. Like, just tank the shot from the Hellforge Bellows. And then just move on with their lives. Because without anything expensive, this thing's not going to get a ton of value. A little surprised to see the Savage Orc Archeboys instead of the normal ones. These guys are a little more expensive, but I don't know what they bring to the table. I guess Frenzy. Hey, you know what? Frenzy's not bad for an Archer unit. This Archers are usually abysmal when it comes to stats. And you can see the melee defense is really showing that. That's like zombie levels of melee defense. But it doesn't matter if you're just extremely killy. And the Frenzy, pretty fun for that situation. Hellforge Bellows actually got a pretty decent shot too on the Orc Shaman. But Greenskins are obviously taking the positional advantage right now. Really flexing the fact that they're able to push for space. Because they know that Khorne, they spent a lot of money on the Skull Cannon. It's going to be a while for it to actually pay for itself in this particular situation. We'll be taking another shot though. Hammers into the Archer boys. You can see the damage is not bad, but it's not like clearing out the Greenskins by any means. This thing is expensive, and it's probably gonna need to go into combat to replenish ammunition before it can really do anything. Yeah, Savage Orcs have physical resist, and they got the Frenzy. That can be okay-ish, but they also don't have armor, so it kind of offsets itself in terms of tankiness. Hellforge Bellows just doing its best. It's really not doing so much though. At 1/3 ammunition spent, at the current pace, when it uses all its ammunition, it will have made about 1,000 gold. Which is fine, but definitely not like a massive increase in value. You also gotta note, Grom's been having a fun time. Plowed through a couple of Marauders. Made it back to his Orc boys right before he could be netted down. Looks like Turtlesmane actually wants to go for the kill anyways, though. Karanak and Skull Taker getting on in there. Shot from the Hellforge Bellow is going to be a little nasty too, but Grom's ready, man. Look at this guy. He may have no melee defense, but lucky Banner. He has the Great Unzazir. And he also has 40% ward save from that too. So despite actually having no melee defense and getting attacked from behind while being shot at by a Skull Cannon, somehow, some way, holding that banner high, Grom manages to become invincible. Gets another buff. Grom the Paunch rocking that 76 melee attack. Now he's not doing a lot of damage, but everyone else is. Manages to escape by some miracle. Honestly, I was not entirely sure if he was going to die or not. He does have weakness to fire too. So Skull Taker would actually hit him pretty hard. But honestly, half HP and surviving, pretty good for him. Over on the melee front, you can see the Savage Orcs are cooking it up real well. Big cav charge here too, right into the backs of those dual weapons. Greenskin's going for more of a mixed army win condition. Any individual unit might not be able to kill these guys, but combined, they do have the deeps. And it looks like, oh, who's gonna rout first actually? Looks like with the rear charge, the Chaos Warriors barely rout off the Savage Orcs, saving the Orc boys. And that's going to be really bad for the Coronate frontline. They now don't really have a whole lot to really work with, right? Because they started out with 5 melee units. They only summoned in 1 more. A lot of them were Marauders. So as the more expensive stuff starts to rout, the Greenskins, they're just going to have a lot of infantry left behind. And that can be particularly bad when you're trying to jump these archers. You can see some Fleshhounds are trying to get in. But the cavalry, not needing to worry about the infantry fight, are able to support and eventually grind them down. Greenskins still have the triple cap on the forces of Khorne. Another bloodletter goes down. This is looking pretty bad. Gork and Mork, man. Honestly, pretty solid play. I'd say Turtle's Mare did really well defending his range. And nice just denial of value from the Hellforge Bellows. It would have needed to grind a lot longer to start paying for itself, but the triple cap really forced the hand of Khorne to get a move on. Now, Papa Khorne's going to be trying to step in to change the battle to make it go a little bit longer, as his forces are not doing too well. Drops a sword onto the big guns, but they're still doing not bad. They're even surrounding Karanak, and their anti-large is certainly getting a lot of damage in. Look at that melee attack bonus, oh my goodness. Goes away as soon as the spell goes away, so now they're much more lackluster, but the damage has been dealt. Probably the scariest part about the Coronate forces right now: Skulltaker, Karnak, and the Hellforge Bellows. It's all in their single entities. Everything else is basically dead. Now the thing about the single entities, also nice, Gaze of Mork on the Bellows. But the way this works, single entities are actually pretty good at uptrading. They usually have healing, they don't take a lot of damage from infantry and the like. And they're really good at dogpiling your lord. That might actually be a Grom the Paunch kill. Oh my gosh, a little misplay over there. That's gonna bring up the value a little bit. And given an infinite amount of time, I would actually say Khorne would be able to army wipe the Greenskins. But the problem is, oh my goodness, look at that. Dude, the SE micro is actually popping off right now. But the problem, will they be able to do it fast enough? So Khorne has secured 1 capture point. That's really good for them. But unless they can secure the next 2 in a reasonable amount of time, they're just going to lose. And reasonable amount of time mostly means they got to capture this point and hold this one in roughly 2 minutes. That's not a whole lot of time. Value trading's good though. And it looks like Bird is actually deciding to go for just maybe army wiping his opponent first before he captures. A little bit of a disaster though. Karnak gets bullied. Super fast damage on Grom. Yeah, you blink and you miss it. He's very squishy if he's not moving. He really relies on that chariot to keep him safe. But yeah, this is starting to become a little problematic. Capture point is lost. We got the Skulltaker doing his bestest to clear up, but not any capture weight in sight. Surprisingly enough, though, they do actually take the middle. But as soon as they move off, the Greenskins are just going to capture that, right? Another Gaze of Mork, too, on that Hellforge Bellows to reduce the overall amount of value trading that they can get. This will help Greenskins just swarm the points. But not entirely over just yet. We are seeing an Orc Boy Big Gun being thrown to their death against Skulltaker. Skulltaker is insane. He has crazy amounts of damage. It's a bonus versus infantry. That doesn't mean he's weak versus large, as his melee attack is insane. And really, his melee defense is a little low, but at 130 base armor, especially with the Cloak of Skulls activated, which makes him immune to flanking. Yeah, I don't think this guy's gonna die anytime soon. Skulltaker's chilling, man. Yeah, I think he's actually indestructible. Greenskins might need to focus on just holding points and ignoring this guy and killing off the capture weight. Because I'm pretty sure if this goes on, he's just gonna keep grinding forever. Grom is back though to save the day. He's hungry for some only Marauder dual weapons, so yeah, they're gonna get mulched. And And despite Skulltaker probably being able to solo this entire army, I'm pretty sure the Greenskins are in a really bad position. Stabro, hello. How's it going? How's it going? We're just here casting the top 4 at the moment. Finals coming after this one. Dang, look at Skulltaker though. Yo, he's crazy, man. Look at the... Look at this. Okay, yeah, so he has a Revel in Slaughter. He has Hellblade, 20% more damage. This is the strongest one, though. Cloak of Skulls is crazy. That's actually just invincibility for Skulltaker. And then another melee attack buff. Forces of Khorne are going to be trying to defend the middle. But that's going to make the capturing of this point much slower. It's still going to be about 20 seconds. Netting the Greenskins a solid 40 tickets. This point ain't gonna be captured, so I think it mostly comes down to this. Greenskins, of course, they do win on a 1 cap, but there's a chance they'd be army wiped before they win. So defending this is critical. Forces of Bird doing their best to try and grind. Still going for some value plays, but the point is holding. I don't know, man. Now the triple capped. Are the Greenskins gonna hold this too? I think it's over for Khorne. I think even though Skulltaker's an absolute Chad, everyone else is just dead. See, the Greenskins are actually ignoring him now too. A Skulltaker that can't fight is definitely a sad Skulltaker. But man, look at that value though, 2,600. Jeez, man. I guess you really have to kill him early, otherwise he gets value. You wish you had the reaction and the mental ability to keep track of all this stuff. I think, you know, it's something you have to get used to a little bit. There's definitely a lot going on here. But at the end of the day, it comes down to capture points, and the Greenskins do still control a lot of space. They have a whack load of tickets. And the reward for controlling so much space for so long, that is going to be the victory for them. Bird trying to grind out as much as he can, but Skulltaker, man, if only he could carry a bit harder. That's crazy though, almost 3,000 on that guy. He's just gonna go for the archers. So what's his resistances? 20% missile resist, 20% physical. Dang, and 130 armor. Oh my goodness. Grom the Poncho going in for the revenge. I'm pretty sure Skulltaker just murders Grom, but without Karanak, Grom can always just decide to leave if he wants to. If you ever run into a bully, just walk away. But no, Grom decides to get some flexing going. Gets the here we go, plus 40 melee attack, making him actually higher statted than Skulltaker, because he's not as tired. But Skulltaker simply leaves. Yeah, doesn't really matter. Skulltaker is just a little too tanky to kill. And the Greenskins, a little bit too many points. So GG, well played. That was actually pretty fun. Still surprised that there were no black orcs, but I think like the orc Bori spam was not bad. You can see they actually got pretty decent value. The archers were great. Defended greenskin archers, it's just a menace to deal with. And then after that, it was just kind of clean up. Hellforge Bellows is okay, but didn't really pay for itself until much later in the battle. A lot of people have been running the Swamp Things, I've noticed. As a terror-causing troll unit that is Gold Chevron, they are surprisingly hard to rout. Something I might want to consider. Holy value on the skirmishers, though. Jeez. And the Force of Khorne, yeah. Really low on the infantry count. Wow. So that's kind of the problem, I feel, right? Fighting with infantry support is how you win. Capture points is how you win single entity fights. But they simply did not have enough. GG, well played. And that means Turtle's Mare is going to make it, going to be making it to the grand finals. How exciting! Yeah, my code couldn't give Outer Region the win. I will fix that for future. But yeah, there's a bug with it, so I have to patch it. Yeah, no Wrathmongers is really crazy. I feel like Wrathmongers are really hard for Greenskins to deal with. Your best option is like the Archer Fire, really. But if your archers are occupied at all, it's just over. Technically, a gaze of Mork down the flank will do it, but with Skull Taker romping around, you're not actually going to be able to get that. Pretty brutal. Hypothetically, if your win counted, you and Turtle would both be 4 wins, 2 losses. Would that get you to tiebreaker? If it makes you feel any better, Outer Region. Your MMR was 122. A win will typically give you 25 MMR. Now, you were facing a higher MMR player, so you'd get a bit more, but I don't think you would get to 70 MMR. Everyone in the top 4 had significantly higher MMR, so I think it wouldn't have changed anything. Though, obviously, we would want to fix it first and foremost. Obviously, I want to fix the bug. And that should be done by tonight. Yeah, it's MMR based, not wins based. Exactly. So we're goodies. Alrighty. So let's see here. Who's next? It's the winner of Adler and Michu that's going to be facing off next. This is nice, though, actually, getting to see some Greenskin play. Pretty good. CPU has been added. All right, interesting. What's he doing there? What? Greenskin Civil War, I'm pretty sure. Ooh. Anyone know how Greenskin mirror matches go? No Norska? Dang. Honestly, I've been really liking the Black Orcs for Greenskins. Ever since trying them out, they seem kind of insane. And it's gonna be Michu, hell yeah. Fire Raiden rockets are okay for Cathay. That's kind of the story of the whole roster. Cathay is very, they're very just okay. They don't really have any units that are stand out amazing, except for maybe the Moonbird. But, yeah. For Warhammer, usually you want to find the strongest unit and then spam that as much as possible. More Joppa. But yeah. It's like if Warriors of Chaos, right? They have Hellstriders. You want to bring as many Hellstriders as you can possibly bring. And just kind of farm that slight value difference that you get on a better unit. With Cathay, they don't really have that. Worst Greenskin Legendary Lord. I don't want to say Grimgor Ironhide, but he might be actually the worst because he doesn't even have a mount. I don't want to do Grimgor dirty like that, though. But even the Greenskin mains I don't see them experiment with Grimgor. Gorbad has a mount. Gorbad has seen play in the last year or so. Grimgor has not. You know if you can use an overlay in stream of a Vampire Coast image? Yeah, you just add the overlay, man. Nobody's gonna copyright strike you for that. Trust me, there's much bigger copyright issues. Skarsnik was old school. He was old school cool. I think he's probably still okay. He's just outclassed by the smaller goblin with the Tormentor sword. Yeah, no one uses Grimgor more than once. But yeah, Skarsnik is a little janky because he's not fast. So he's kind of like Footlord material. Yeah. So that's slightly problematic. Grimgor has 2 leadership buff abilities. Like, everyone has 2 leadership buff abilities. That's not gonna cut it. Not at all. Grimgor is the best. The biggest, the baddest. He is the baddest. I think we can agree on that. Poor guy. He suffers from Grease's syndrome. Okay, so you're saying on greenskins. Like, the thing is, like, doesn't Grom just have a natural ITP aura? Like, Grom the Paunch has so many better auras than Grimgor. Unless I'm terribly mistaken, but just a constant ITP is insane. That is crazy. You didn't say it was a good tech? Oh, okay. Alright, alright. Alright. Also, it is greenskins versus Norska. That's exciting. My hunch says Norska is gonna absolutely clobber the green boys. Azag? Yeah, Azag's middle of the pack. A Spirit Leech Lord is always going to be at least useful. Spirit Leech, Terror, good mass on the Wyvern. Like, the only issue is price and the risk of being outclassed. But Azag's solid. No real complaints there. None at all. Weird. What is going on with this code? I gotta fix this code for tomorrow. Oh man, I hate it when you look at code. You look at the code and everything seems like it makes sense. But then when you actually run it, it does nothing. Let's see. Player wins if the time in match is less than 5 minutes. Then you get the code that says it hasn't been 5 minutes yet. Yeah, so outer region, actually, I'll message you. Let me see. I gotta do some investigation. Huh. Strange. Very strange. So it says outer region. His current opponent is Turtle's main. But it said the time in match was only 1 minute and 5 seconds. That makes no sense. Yeah, I'll have to investigate later. We're loading in though. Should be a fun match. Sail. Sail's very fun. He has Wind Blast. The only Norskin in the entire world that can Wind Blast. A Dreadmaw, which is very annoying for greenskins. I think they can beat a Dreadmaw with enough single entities. That's usually the way to kill it if you don't have the ranged firepower. But certainly not a comfortable situation. For the green boys, not at all. Alright, let's take a look. Let us take a look-see. I saw the big squig. That should be very fun. But first off, Norskins. Bearmen. Yeah, they're good. Bearmen are basically dryads, a little slower, a little tankier. Berserkers are high DPS. We got some javelins. It's just standard Norskin wide infantry line, nothing to see here. On the greenskin side, we got some savage orc boar boys. We got the acid burpa. What's this? Orc shaman. So he has the classic spell loadout. Here we go in Fists of Gork. The thing about greenskins, they have really high weapon strength, really low melee attack. So this has a disproportionately large effect on their stats compared to other buff spells. And they're also just good in general. They last a decent amount of time, long enough for cavalry to get the damage in. Acid Burpa Azir. Colossal Squig. This guy's terrifying for many melee builds because he has the acid burps. Who would have guessed? 10 damage, 50% armor piercing. For those of you that don't know, Pit of Shades does 5 armor piercing damage it takes. So this is like a double damage Pit of Shades, basically. Pretty terrifying. Sale has his pre-battle lines. Indeed, he is wind blasting today. So overall, I think it's an interesting matchup. Now, the front line is definitely going to go the way of the Norskins. And the person who wins the front line puts pressure on their opponent to do something about it. You need some way to actually sway the battle. Because if you don't, and the front line just crushes you, you're just going to get pushed back indefinitely. Now, the Greenskins, they have the stronger single entity core. So there's that. They have... I think that's it, actually, though. The cavalry is just going to be fighting the skin wolves. They'll likely be trading evenly unless they manage to outmaneuver. So let's keep an eye on the SEs. I think that's basically where this game is going to come down to. Interesting. We got some ice wolves over here. Wind blast, honestly, pretty lackluster, but a dreadmaw unburrow is pretty scary. So it knocks a lot of guys out when it unburrows. Helps with the deeps. Or, yeah, helps protect it from DPS. This is the grand finals, by the way. And there you go. There's a rebar. Good Dreadmaw control. Michu. Doing it very well. What's this? You do QA? You want me to take a look? Sorry, look at what? I missed what I was talking about. Oh, you mean my code? Nah, it's fine. I can debug my code. It's not that complicated. But yeah, let's take a look. So what, we got some skin wolves. We got, oh hey, we got Nightmaw. Dude, Nightmaw being a spell is so sad. But yeah, there he is. There is the yeah, Fists of Gork. So you can see it like doubles the stats of the cavalry. Basically makes them chosen. It's terrifying. And you can see how quickly the skin wolves fall because of that. Greenskin so far doing pretty good in the frontline fight. Now the Norskins punching back with the Ice Wolf chariots. These things are terrifying if microed correctly. And boy are they. Overextending a little bit, but getting a lot of damage on the infantry. They will be getting caught by the Savage Orcs though. And that's going to be quite painful for that unit. Quite the loss for Norska, by the way, as a unit is quite ludicrously expensive. The Dreadmaw too. It's building up its cooldowns, which is nice, but the damage it takes from the acid burpa is not very pleasant at all. So the Norskins are trying their best. Trying their best to get into the back line. Maybe disrupt the orcs. But so far to no prevail. All of their backline dives have been going bad because the Greenskin build, it specializes in those single entities. But the Norskin build, it does specialize in its infantry. See, the Berserkers are actually grinding through the Orc Boys extremely quickly right now. The Bearmen are holding strong. And if this continues, the Greenskins are going to have to try and deal with this with just mobility. And that's pretty bad. Eden actually shows up. Rune Collar. Wow, okay. Don't see that very often, but there you go. They come with 2 uses of Doom and Darkness, 2 Flocks of Doom, and Enfeebling Foe. And that may swing things very hard here. Now the greenskins, of course, they do still have a solid SC advantage, but if the acid burper takes a bit too much damage, that can easily go away. All you'll have is just Grom the Paunch. I know, based Eden rolling on in, but will they get their value back? It does take some time. Just stomped one of those pump wagons into the ground. All right, they do have better animations than giants, by the way. Is that a Nightmaw? It is. Woo, look at him go. And he's gone. And he's gone. Rip Nightmaw. Overall, though, you can really see the strength of Norska infantry. They're just crushing it. Still a unit of Bearmen basically at full HP. The Berserkers did finally get routed off. Still a little bit close, but with the advent of the Eden, I would be worried. Giants barely have animations, absolutely. Ooh, look at that. Oh, a little dash attack from the Eden. Sick plays. We're gonna see some filthy magic coming on into. Just enfeebling foe. Ah, but it's setting up for maybe a Dreadmaw on Burrow. We'll see. Flock of Doom's pretty nice. Gonna see the Fists of Gore cooking over here, but I'm a little worried for the greenskins. Now, if they're able to clear off this one Marauder Bearman, I think they're all right, because they'll have the infantry advantage. But so far, trading's really even. Big SC fight too might actually decide the battle. If the Curse Eden wins this, it's gonna absolutely clobber everything. Gets knocked down by the Squig though. This is actually about how big a Squig is. Actually, no. Usually bigs are bigger compared to a normal human. Like a normal size Squig for a normal human. This seems a bit small, but anyways, the Squig has basically no HP left. And the problem is that the Eden is an absolute annihilator of worlds when it comes to the late game. You know why? When they get low, they heal 0.1 per second. That is equivalent to undead healing or regeneration. It's very, very rough. The Dreadmaw is actually still alive too. Unburrows, seeing that the Squig is dead. Big old Dreadmaw Unburrow on all of these guys too, looking pretty terrifying. And Grom the Paunch isn't even here. He's busy trying to clear up some infantry on the side. Look at that poor Squig. Looking pretty bad. We might be correct in saying that greenskins are just worse Norska. Because things are looking pretty bad right now. Norska strong, yeah. They got that infantry advantage. Barely, but they got it. And then once they brought in the SCs and the Squig took a bit too much damage, it was basically over from there. Which Javelin did it? Probably this one. 1,200 value on Javelins is kind of insane. Honestly, I feel like if the greenskins had some archers to pepper these guys, maybe it would have gone a bit better. But yeah. There's also another issue here where they've left a lot of their forces on point number 3. And they were not able to participate to help win this fight. So, a little rough. Good slow, by the way. Just saw Michu actually use a slow with sail. That's the wind blast over here. Reduces your speed by 40% when you get hit. And that's going to just completely shut down these poor Savage Orc Boar Boys. Eden is on top of them. Eden's actually insane. I haven't seen this guy since the pre-release. But they already have 1,000 gold worth of value. This is the non-armor piercing variant, by the way, but they still hurt a lot. And honestly, greenskins don't have a lot of armor, so pretty spicy. Another big wind blast. Sail's just having the time of his life. For how cheap he is, 1,700 gold is amazing. And we're gonna see a rout of the greenskins. Grom's gonna have a lot of work cut out for him. Is Michu Polish? I have no idea. This is why you don't like the Squig. Too much of a coin flip. It's really risky, right? When it comes to an unarmored big monster, that's like what Norska is built to deal with in lore anyways. So I kind of agree. Unless you can really squeeze value off of it. It's potentially really sus. And the moment you lose that big advantage, the Dreadmaw just starts cooking super hard. Giant's gonna start working its way through Grom. I mean the Eden, the better giant. Oh man, look at that. Another crazy wind blast, man. Dude, Sail's doing so much damage. 1,800 value. Skin Wolves, big bane of the greenskins too. Really hard to chase off, and if they regenerate, suddenly you're in trouble. Yeah, all in all, greenskins are basically getting army wiped at this point. Unfortunate. So looks like the grand finals will likely be going to meet you. I think that's going to be a nice here we go. That's not going to be enough to kill the Eden though, right? Look at how much it heals every tick. It's healing like 12 HP every single tick. So it's really not going to die anytime soon. It has an absurd 100 base leadership. That's crazy. So it's just going to sit there and grind. Like, this is absolutely what you want to be doing with the Eden. Trading its very high HP pool for value. Still has 4,000 HP. So it has more HP than Grom right now. Despite looking like it's on death's bed, it is actually tankier than the Ponchinator. Gets a slap, hits him in the face. Gonna get that value up to 1,500 now. And that's gonna be game. GG! Well played. Some fun matches. Fun matches. Woo. Yeah, Dreadmaw is really good versus greenskins. Dreadmaw and flying units. So like the Dreadmaw plus chimeras really make this matchup suddenly way worse than it used to be. Archer builds will naturally have a harder time. I would personally say though, it's not impossible even if you're at a disadvantage. Because if you have like, you can take some special characters to go Dreadmaw hunting. I think, oh, there's actually a really fun tech. Someone mentioned Arachnarok spiders. Those can be really good. But I have some Insano tech. You guys want to see it? If you want the best Dreadmaw counter in the world, congratulations to Michu, by the way. Let me just announce that in the chat. Michu, congrats on the win. I'll give you your tournament win shortly. Greenskins do actually have an ability that increases cooldowns, and you can use that to stop the Dreadmaw from burrowing around. This. Yeah, they actually have a silence. Don't even try it. So like, I think if you're playing greenskins, you have this guy on a spider. There's no way they're gonna unburrow on your archers, right? It's a death sentence. You're just gonna get immediately silenced, and then you're screwed, right? And then you're just gonna have to burrow around all the time. If you really want more killing power, either you can use trolls to bully the Dreadmaw. They're a little slow though. Personally, I think if you just take like a Black Orc Big Boss and just use them to just charge the Dreadmaws, costs it 950 gold, but he hits super hard. You could potentially get some hurt on. The Dreadmaw has 2 unburrows at the beginning of the game, but once the battle actually gets hot, it's not as good at evading attacks and whatnot. So I can kind of see this working. I can kind of see this. Yeah, Night Goblin Wizard. He's a little off meta nowadays, but I think he still has some teeth. Of course, you won't have Here We Go and all that, but you got sneaky stabbing, right? I think there's something here. Obviously, it's still going to be a disadvantage for the greenskins. Norska is one of the strongest factions in the game right now, but this might make it playable. That would be my first instinct, but for now, I'm gonna call it a day. Tomorrow, we're gonna be playing Skaven, tryharding to try and see if we can get them into an acceptable position in today's meta. So that should be a good time. To everyone else, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I am going to take myself a little bit of rest, as man, I just feel tired. I'm gonna sleep early tomorrow or today. We'll be ready for the sick tournament run tomorrow. You just wait and see.